Hey, wow. Good to see y'all. Here we are. I don't know how late I'll go. No doubt later than I want to. I always do. Um, can anybody hear me? Number one. Okay. Mike looks like it's on. Is the link up? Believe it is. Full Monty. Hello. Eddie James. Ghetto. Okay. Uh, Bug out. What's the matter with your connection, man? You know you're welcome up here too. Independent, you can come up. Everybody can come up. 10 of you can come up. Run. Let's play musical. What would you call it? Musical panel. Everybody fight for a seat. I want to watch. Sharon, hello. I got plenty of cigarettes. I'm ready to roll. Good morning, Nikki. Virginia Roots, hello, hello. Nikki always waits till I'm ready to leave before she comes up. So Outdoor Adventures with Ron. Are you here, man? Haven't seen you for a while. I still don't see you. Jojo, hello. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I had to do that talk earlier. That deal just disgusted me. Thinking your mic's turned off and then you want to break bad on somebody. He wasn't man enough to say that to Ducey's face. Ducey wouldn't have done anything about it anyway. But thing is, Biden was too cowardly to say it to his face. You want to talk shit about a man? Say it to his face. Been on vacation, have you? Did you go anywhere fun? Good morning, Verna Jean. Yeah, Hoot Owl. It just shows his character. That's all, or lack of, however you want to put it. Yeah, Virginia Roots. It was pretty short. Uh, I just had to bitch. That's all. But listen now, I ain't no trained monkey. I'm not going to sit up here and do tricks by myself. Somebody come on up and help me out here. Because I will rapidly run out of shit to talk about. You know me, Virginia Roots, don't you? Yeah, the boy goes off once in a while. Oh yeah, Eddie, and they, of course, they were shuffling all the reporters out of the room too at the same time. Hey, Cola, thanks for being here. Cola, it's easy to quit. I've done it 20 or 25 times, but I know what you're saying. It's tough. I went 6 months, and really it was getting easier, and then I just decided I had to have just one. And if you smoke one, you might as well go ahead and buy a carton. Rapscallion, glad you enjoyed it, man. Sharon, those guys are Corey and Marlon, and they have fun, but it's not. They don't really do comedy. There'll be a few laughs during the show, but that's not their aim. Marlon Brown and Corey Fair is who those guys are. Oh, Hoot Owl, it's been all over Fox News all afternoon. Yeah. And actually, well, I guess it's true because Ducey told somebody at Fox that Biden actually called him and said, well, he didn't really say he was kidding, but basically that, hey, this is the game we play. And he basically didn't mean anything by it. Good morning, Robert Bolt. Man, I couldn't tell you about the hospitals around here. I don't know. Hey, I wouldn't go to the hospital. I don't think if I did get sick, really. I don't trust those people. I always felt like doctors are for if you're hurt or really sick, and I just basically avoid them. There's Silver Girl.
I thought I'd come over and get on panel. I've never been on yours, I don't think.
Good morning. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I got more sleep than I've gotten in weeks last night, too. It must have been the night.
I crashed for 8 solid hours. I don't even think I woke up, you know,
Yeah,
with my trouble. You know what I mean?
yeah, no. I have the same trouble, and I have a dog that has the same trouble.
Can you ease that mic up just a touch, Silver Girl?
Yep.
Full money, you rascal. Thank you. How you doing?
Andy.
I'm all right, Mr. Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay too. Maybe it's my speakers that need to be turned up. Can't hear anybody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry about that.
I need to get with Alan. I've got my new speakers, earphones, but I don't know how to put them together. and attach them, and I probably can't reach where they go anyway.
Oh,
They,
okay.
I think they go in the back of the tower, and I can't get there unless I fall down on the floor, and then you need a dump truck to pick me up.
Well, we don't want to do that. Who is that behind George H.W.? And I don't think a whole lot of him either. I actually think he's the guy that shot John Kennedy, but that's just me.
Is that George
He
or
was
is that?
involved.
Say
I said-
again?
He
What'd
was
you say?
involved in it.
Yeah,
No, I think he actually pulled the trigger, man.
do.
He was a CIA agent.
Well, that's
and,
so.
I've heard that from more than one place. Hey, Bradley. Good to see you, man.
It's probably good.
Now you know his wife killed him. It's already been proven.
The driver
Able
killed
to
him.
shoot him from the side. Bam.
What a way to go.
Right.
If
How you doing, Mr. Tom?
Oh, man, I'm hanging in.
I did just finish your earlier rant, Tom. I'm sending that to everybody I can think of.
Well, thank you.
You really think that microphone was off, though? It was the intentions of it was. I mean, it seems like they strategically. Oh, we thought the microphone was off. Oh,
I
we
think
thought
he thought
this.
it was off.
Nah, I think
You
it's
don't
all
think?
show, man.
Here's the thing.
I agree he's a dumbass, but I just think it's a lot of show for to get us riled up a little
Well,
bit more, a little
he
bit
lowered
more.
his voice. He was definitely talking to himself, at least in my opinion.
Me too.
And he might not even have been thinking about the mic, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I agree with you.
Uh,
I mean, it could be either here or there, but
He wouldn't have a clue when the mic was on and when the mic is off because he's not responsible for anything.
Right.
Somebody else turns the mic on, somebody else turns it off. He wasn't thinking, period.
True.
no, I mean, we haven't had a president think for quite a while.
That'd be-
Unfortunately,
Bug out, I don't doubt it a bit, man. I don't doubt it a bit.
What are you so studying so hard, Monty? Your eyes are all scrunched up and you look like you're really, really studying something hard.
midget porn.
I don't have my glasses on.
Ah,
I rarely see you in your glasses. I didn't-
I usually,
Your glasses.
yeah, I usually wear them all the time.
She's so blind she can't see that you got glasses on all the time, man.
Probably true. Until I could get in. Somebody asked me the other day, actually I asked somebody else afterwards, how do dentists, why do they require us to wear a diaper to go to the dentist? How is a dentist going to do their work if you've got a diaper on?
well, we can't.
No. So why do we have to wear one to the dentist?
Same reason why they had to wear one going to a restaurant. Go 5-10 feet, sit
Right.
down, remove the mask, eat, and then when you go to leave, you got to put the mask back on.
Well, I hope that New York thing does get some people moving. I'd like to do it here. I like to. There's a thing called, what is it when they skip things?
No, that's some patriotism, and it ain't even our fucking country.
Oh, that's up in Ottawa, right on.
There's something going to call the armed forces out at him when they get to Ottawa and surround him. That he's going to call the big cops.
Hey, 1A. Good morning to you.
Is 1A here?
Yeah, it says he is.
1A.
Does anybody know what the deal with Jeremy was that he didn't show up tonight?
No,
There's Miss Nikki.
I want some of whatever Ghetto's eating.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to eat on. I'm sorry. I hate when I do that.
That is rude.
Good
I'm eating
morning,
peanut
Nikki.
butter cookies. I'm out of here though, man. I can't stand this Nikki chick. See ya.
Oh my God.
Nikki, the great iguana hunter.
I
Man,
didn't
as
know
long
I
as
wasn't
she's
awake
talking,
yet, and I'm already getting picked on.
as long as she's talking Russian, I'm good.
Ha
How you doing, future baby mama from Florida?
Okay.
Thank
How
you,
are
Boris.
you?
So he's okay.
I'm
Good
all right.
morning. Good morning.
Sorry, I was
Oh.
eating the last of my peanut butter cookies. I'm kind of sad now. Got no more peanut butter cookies.
Seriously, I just made a batch. I sent Virginia a picture. I made a big batch day before yesterday.
For real? For
Mhm.
real? For real?
Yeah.
You could have sent me and Tom some.
She sent a picture.
She's right.
Oh man, Laura just
Like
made a
pictures.
huge batch of oatmeal and raisin cookies for me.
My favorite.
Yeah, mercy.
Y'all are killing me.
She sent a picture, Ghetto, not a batch. She didn't
I
send a
know. I
batch.
want the batch. I don't want the picture. I want the batch.
She sent a picture to.
Hey,
I'm
Dad,
different.
my
Yes, ma'am.
and another pie on Wednesday.
Ooh, I want some more pie. Make a Dutch apple pie. That's my favorite pie. Is Dutch apple pie.
Oh, so good.
Hot Dutch apple pie with some French vanilla ice cream on top.
Oh, yeah.
That works.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I only do the peanut butter pie because it's only 4 ingredients and I know how to cook it. All the other ones, my wife got to do it. So it's like
Easy there, Nikki. Control yourself.
It's true. It is cold out here, bug out. A little warmer than yesterday, not by much.
Did any iguanas come out today?
Nope.
Nikki, I thought about you. I saw on the news that somewhere in Florida they are actually falling out of the trees now. And they
Yep, no worries.
advise people don't pick them up because they tend to be in a bad mood when they wake up.
And they
So-
bite. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you be in a bad mood if you was asleep up in a tree and then you fell out?
Just plain old fell out of bed. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good night.
I don't know if they heard you, but
Oh,
the wifey
somebody
said hi.
Good night.
Oh, was
Hello, Mrs. Ghetto.
Hello,
Did she
Miss.
say hi or good night?
it? She said hi. Hope you guys are having a good night.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Hello,
There we
Mrs.
go.
Ghetto.
I didn't catch that. Hi.
These
Slug your
these
husband
ear-
in the arm for me.
Well, I got my headphones on, so she can't hear you, but you can probably barely hear her because the background noise is always condensed. That's why I like them so much. That's why there's usually no background noise with me.
A rat. Oh, my dear. Yeah. I love my deer.
I love that shirt.
There we go.
That's beautiful.
Virginia.
Like my favorite shirt.
So my wife went to the grocery store today and brought home heavy whipping cream. So there's going to be some peach ice cream happening here in the next couple of days.
Ooh.
How heavy was that? Just
Goods,
how heavy was
fresh frozen South Carolina peaches.
Oh.
Yummy.
Honey,
Just how
hush,
heavy
let
was-
me tell you.
it?
Oh.
How heavy was that cream whipped?
Huh?
Just
It's-
how heavy was that cream whipped?
Well, it's not going to get whipped. It's just in the, but you have to have heavy cream for ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't do
Your
anything.
mic's extra low, Monty.
Is it?
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
this?
Oh, good,
Good.
Tom.
There you go. That's better, yeah.
There. How's that?
There
Great.
you go.
Good.
Tom
going.
doesn't know the difference because his hearing aids is out tonight anyway. But I could help him out with that.
Our top story tonight.
Might have to get my other sweater. It's too fucking cold in here, man. Ugh, it sucks.
That moist cold in the south always got to me. When
Yeah.
I got some of the, it was so funny because the first summer I was there, I moved in December and um, started working middle of January. And the following summer, all my staff are coming in. Oh, it's miserable. The humidity is killing me. I can't stand this. This is just, oh, it's horrible. And we're so hot, we have to go home. Will the governor let us go home today? Uh, it's just so humid. So I checked. Humidity was all of 38, I think.
That's all.
That's all.
Nothing.
That's
I mean, Nashville, 80 low humidity. And that's what I grew
Yeah.
up with. It's 80 degree, 80%.
Yeah.
That was normal. And they were, and I wasn't feeling a bit. And there's no air conditioning or any of that in the buildings. And, or at least there wasn't at that time. And they were serious. They were dead serious. And, it just blew me out of the water. I, I went back to Nashville at one point and took a couple of Vermonters with me down to. They wanted to go to Opryland, so I went home and took them with me. And they got down there in August,
oh,
and
I'm sure they like to die.
oh, they were crawling along the floor. I said, "This is what humidity feels like, guys."
It's still 38 degrees here, and after the other night when it was 6 below, it doesn't feel cold anymore. I mean, there's a ski resort. It's 30, 40 miles from me. It's about 1,500 feet higher than I am, and they had minus 30 actual degrees. When was it? Wednesday night, Thursday night?
That's normal in Vermont for the wintertime.
That ain't normal anywhere.
Ugh. No, it's not.
Feel that, and they're so the humidity is so low you don't feel it. Uh, in Nashville, 20 below, 10 below, and you're dead. I mean, everybody just freezes in track. In
Really?
Vermont, you don't feel it because there's no humidity with it. The snow is dry and fluffy. You can blow it off your car.
Right.
Of course, that's 2 feet of it, but uh, and it does get cold when you're out there ripping the snow off your roof. But in general, I never really felt cold as long as the sun was out because the humidity was so low. It's 40 here tonight.
What is it?
40 and I'm in Washington now.
Oh, 40. Oh,
Yeah. I'm right above Oregon, right close to the water.
I mean,
So it's the
considering
water
a
that
lot of the
keeps
rest
you
of the
warm,
country,
right?
that's not bad.
It's the water that keeps it from getting so cold out there, Silver Girl.
I don't know. It's elevation for one. The water, I guess, is the second. I don't know. I've basically been confined to home for 10 years, and I've only been here 18, so I didn't see much in the first. Um, the it's cool and cold at night, but right now, starting yesterday, starting last night at 4 o'clock and going until sometime Wednesday night, we're in a stagnation spot. So nothing is moving. And for the wind not to be blowing outside for me is abnormal as hell. I mean, it always blows here because I'm up on a little ridge
Uh-huh.
and I'm 3 blocks from the ocean and it blows constantly. But today it hasn't moved a thing out there. And it's all the way in towards Portland. I'm surprised Ghetto's not feeling it. Um, But
No, it's cold as crap here. It's like 30 something.
yeah, well, we're just stagnant. Nothing's moving. The clouds and fog are just sitting on top of us. It's
Wow.
it's weird, but it's nothing's moving. And then when this goes away, we're going to get drenched.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got a lot of water
I thought
coming.
I heard
That's
my
like
dog.
on Friday or something.
Born Eraser, good morning. Yeah, we're supposed to get a cold wave come through here, I guess sometime tomorrow. They're talking 8 below zero tomorrow night,
Holy crap.
38
Oh,
tonight.
what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had an
Oh.
article in a local paper talking about going out and sitting in the woods, and the sap in the trees, once it gets so cold like that, will freeze,
yeah.
and the trees will literally bust open, and it sounds like gunshots.
Oh, yeah.
I've never experienced that, but they did say that we could probably do it Thursday.
Shit. The hell with all that.
If the trees explode, I'll stay home. I'd
Yeah.
rather have maple trees and let them have their sap come out. Thank you.
The maple trees will probably be running around here in the next 3 weeks, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. They won't run in Vermont. We don't
No.
sap until usually May. In
Oh,
Vermont.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. April and May. It's long past my birthday. And then there's this place called Cold Hollow Cider Mill that I had to pass every day going and coming from work. And in the spring, the whole place, the air for miles before you got there and afterwards smelled of maple syrup. And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
in the fall, everything smelled of apples while they made apple cider out
Right.
of Macintosh apples. So those 2 times of the year, it was really hard to keep not stop and buy some.
yeah. Oh, that must smell good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, those sugar camps are awesome when they're all in full swing.
Oh yeah, I went and was able to watch one a few years after I got there. Somebody was sapping and they were running, and so I got to go out and tromp around in the woods, and they had virgin maples that they were doing, and that is prize syrup. And I took home 4 gallons.
Oh, wow.
I still order my syrup from Vermont.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
What do you pay for yours? Do you remember?
No, $15 somewhere in there.
For a gallon?
That's a quart.
Oh,
No, that's for.
I was
And
gonna say,
and the one thing I learned after living up there is that you want to not buy fancy. You don't want light amber. You don't want medium amber. You want dark amber. Is what they're calling it now. And the only syrup to have is dark amber. It's got a nice robust taste, and you can really taste the maple in dark amber. And then they have a cooking grade that if you know where to go and how to get it, you can get it. And it's good too.
cool.
But at least buy dark amber.
It's so expensive here.
You might get it cheaper out of Vermont than in Florida.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. It'd be worth
Dang.
it probably to order it. Yeah.
The syrup that I found the best syrup up there, not Cold Hollow, although Cold Hollow has it, theirs is more expensive. Dankin Farms, Dankin Farms. Try them.
All right.
That's where I get mine. And I get maple pepper. If you like meat, maple pepper on eggs or meat is fabulous.
Virginia, there's no butter in apple butter.
No,
It's all apple.
it's all apple, yeah. Cool,
Or
I
my
wrote it down.
apple butter.
I was just looking at that comment.
What's that?
What'd
You're
you say?
I was just looking at her comment.
Butter to apple ratio.
Yeah.
It's all apple unless you add maple syrup.
Yeah.
I put maple anytime a recipe calls for vanilla, I use maple syrup.
It's a good idea.
Oh, is that right?
You gotta whip the hell out of those apples though to make that apple butter though.
Oh, you can't quit stirring it. That's a lot of work. And they made us poor kids stand there and stir that shit.
Virginia, it's not the kind of thing you really want to make.
Because once you start, you're stuck there.
You can't move, and you may do it for 8 hours.
One of the churches down the road still makes that in the fall, and then they sell it, for the church. But they use this cinnamon candy,
Ooh,
and it gives it a flavor that I just don't care for. Is it cinnamon candy? Yeah, red cinnamon candy.
red hots.
Yeah, like that. But I don't know whether it's hot or not. But it does something to the apple butter that it's not like my grandmother used to make. And if it ain't like my grandmother made, to hell with it,
Yeah,
But I tell you what, she would bake bread and a nice warm hunk of homemade bread and apple butter. You just can't beat it.
Apple butter kicks ass.
I don't like apple pies. I don't like apple butter, but I love apple cider. I like the Macintosh stuff, but they can't send it to me because the state of Washington doesn't want them to send Macintosh apple cider to Washington.
Well, what difference would the cider make?
Why?
They don't want the apples and the cider sent here because somebody might like it better than the Washington apple.
Oh.
Oh.
So you
Oh.
cannot. I have to send it when my girlfriend was still alive in Tualatin. I'd send it to her because Oregon didn't care. But no, you can't. I can't get apple cider here at all from Vermont because they won't allow it.
That's ridiculous.
I agree.
About 45 minutes north of me, there's a little apple cider mill, and the apple cider's so good, and so is the donuts when they're fresh.
Cider don't.
Oh,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
so good, so good.
I didn't know you could tap a birch tree, Boris. That's interesting.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know.
can. Yeah.
I
We had
didn't
those on my farm. They're awesome.
What does it taste like?
when the sap comes out, it's real watery, like water.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, yeah. It takes 50 gallons of maple sap to make a gallon of syrup.
It's a little bit more if you go to the medium and dark amber.
Well, yeah, it depends on.
Usually that the base is based on fancy.
Okay.
It's
Because-
crazy.
Be the first.
But Virginia, I guess you could take regular apple sauce and just keep cooking it down until it turns brown and sweet.
Yeah.
But you can't quit stirring it. And my grandmother always threw a handful of pennies in the. We had a great big pot. I mean, they made this stuff over a fire. That's how big that pot was. I've still got that thing.
Really?
But yeah,
What did she do with the pennies? Just threw them in?
it. I think the pennies keep the apple butter from sticking to the pot.
Huh.
Because somebody
Interesting.
mentioned a copper pot, so I guess it's the same effect.
And you're talking real pennies too back then.
Real
The pennies
copper
were
pennies,
real pennies.
yeah.
Yeah, real copper pennies.
Well, copper they use copper now in a lot of compression hose and compression, bandages and support
Yeah.
elbows and wrists and stuff to help get you feeling better. Um,
No, yeah. It's the most recycled material in mankind's history.
I
Oh, is
wonder
that right?
who went into that.
Copper is, yeah. There's some ancient. I watched a few documentaries about it, but even in your copper piping and stuff like that, that could be some copper all the way back from the Egyptians.
Wow.
We've used copper is just reusable on every aspect.
Hmm.
That's interesting. I got a bunch of copper left over from my working days. I
Well, you
should figure out something to do with that stuff.
My brother was building a house outside Nashville, and over the one weekend, they went in and stripped it of its copper.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
thieves?
they sell it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had been, it was wired and everything, and they were at the point of finishing it up. And they finished the electrical work on Friday, and on Monday, when they went back in, there was no.
It's gone. Tweakers. Absolutely.
Something.
Yeah, they do that around here.
They did that out west when we were there. I was surprised because I've never heard of anything like that when
I
we were out in Nevada those 2 years. And they said these people, the houses that are empty are always getting gutted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
They take rails around this motherfucker. In Oregon, they take the freaking street rails.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, really?
Really?
Wait a minute. I don't know the term. What's a street well?
Wow.
The street rails, like the railing on streets so you don't go into the ditch.
Oh, those things. Holy, what do they use those
And
for?
they cut it,
Hey, Jorgen.
they scrap it. It's scrap metal.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just certain scrap metal yards and places like that, they were forced to not take stuff like that. Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they chose to not take it as well because shit, they're taxpayers. They don't want to have to pay more just to replace the shit.
Wow.
They're innovative. I'll give them that.
That's just messed up.
I mean, that
Right.
takes some balls to be out there on the highway taking the guardrails down, though,
Right?
Damn.
No, I'm not sure if it takes balls or stupidity. What's the most they have?
Well,
Balls or the most?
one of them. Maybe they got one ball and one stupidity. Who knows? Definitely not in their right minds.
That's true.
Yeah, Racer, that's like the biggest party on the planet. Talking about Oktoberfest. It's awesome.
I've always wanted to go to Germany for Oktoberfest. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to do that.
You'd have a blast. I mean, it's amazing.
I think Astoria, Oregon has something similar to it, but except much smaller. But they
Yeah.
got when the weekend that they have theirs, oh, the food over there along the street, oh, is that food good?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, it's fun. Oktoberfest is huge, huge, huge.
The first year I went, they weren't really equipped for wheelchairs. And they were kind of like, oh, shit, what are we going to do with this one? And I carry with me a small ramp that can be used for curbs and things like that. So I had it stuck in the back of the chair. And they were just jumping to put it down for me so I could get up all the way up the street and up to the booths at the top. And so I got all the way up there. And boy, I've never eaten so much in one day in my life. And I brought some home.
Awesome. Yeah, I heard they have a few good ones throughout the United States, in various states. I guess because of the German population, they have their own little version or whatever.
I wouldn't have thought Astoria was a German group, but I guess they do.
Yeah. Ohio does. Oh, really, Bug Out? Yeah, cool. I think Uman was saying they have one out by him too. A huge German population out there.
In
They have
Minneapolis,
one here too.
yeah, Minneapolis has a high German population. Minneapolis, primarily not St. Paul, but Minneapolis.
Yeah. Yeah, they got one here too, but it's kind of small.
It doesn't matter how small as long as food's good.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it's good. They have it in the park, so yeah, the food is great. I mean, 'cause it's still all down home Germans hanging out and partying, so the food's really good. Yeah, but it's nothing like when you're over an Oktoberfest.
Well, that's
You just go in there and drink and eat your way out. I
Man,
was
I can't
so
drink beer and eat
wasted the
food at the
last time
same
I was
time.
there. Fuck, I couldn't even walk.
keep
Hey, good for you, 1A. I wish you success, man.
Do you know Zach has also stopped?
He said that the other night. Yeah.
He's not drinking anymore because he wants to be good and be alert and be able to do more. So he stopped. Zach has stopped drinking too.
That's good.
I
As
tell you what, man, a hangover is such a waste of time because you really can't accomplish anything. Yeah, I'm 2 years, with the exception of one beer a couple of weeks ago. But I didn't get drunk. I just had a beer, so it doesn't even count as far as I'm concerned.
should not feel bad about one beer.
Nah,
Congratulations, Tom.
Wow.
but it made such a difference.
Congratulations, Tom.
Oh well, thank you, Monty. I appreciate. I mean, I don't know that congratulations is in order. It's full. Why didn't you do that 20 years ago?
I got one on. I didn't stop smoking till after I was 71.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I used some CBD cigarettes and stopped in a week.
Cool.
I don't anticipate stopping smoking. I really don't.
I did. I wasn't expecting to. I just tried the CBD, and somebody else was using them to stop. So I thought, well, why not? And it went didn't. It literally was less than a full week, and I was done.
Awesome.
Okay, so I want to know more about CBD cigarettes. Is it you just roll joints out of low THC weed or what?
I'm from Shamans is the name of it, and they carry different flavors. You get plain ones, menthol ones, and I forget what else. But you buy them from Shamans, and just order them from there. And it's CBD product, and they can mail it to you because they mailed me mine. And it when you're addicted to cigarettes, it's two things. One is the tobacco. The other one is the habit.
Hand to mouth.
Yeah,
I had it.
and it's the kind of thing where I always smoked if I went to a party and had a drink first. That was how it first started, um, and then it progressed in college. But I ended up not being the one of the ones that had a tobacco habit addiction. Mine was just simply hand to mouth smoke when I took the dog out. While I was sitting there waiting for him to go do his thing. When I would go to a party, when I'd go out to eat, that kind of thing. And driving the car. I always had a cigarette in my hand when I was driving. And now that I don't drive because I don't have a vehicle, a wheelchair vehicle, that's all over and done with. So I was but even like riding in a car and getting at it out at some other place, I always wanted a cigarette when I got out of the car. If I didn't
Yeah.
smoke it in the car, I wanted it when I got out. So mine was a habit more than the tobacco addiction. And somehow the CBD worked. I really did not expect it to because I knew that my habit was and keeping my fingers busy and that kind of thing, and not the tobacco. And I didn't think the CBD would do a bit of good for that, but it did. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I really did not expect it to make any difference at all, and that I would just do my normal, gonna quit smoking time, and periodically we all do that. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
Gary just did it. He went cold turkey about a month ago. I couldn't believe it because, I mean, like
And
I'll smoke
nobody
a
would
lot if
be
I'm
able
out
to
here in the
live with you.
garage, but I don't smoke in the house and all that. So if I'm inside, I can work for hours without. If I'm out here, I just continually smoke. But he just went cold ass turkey. I don't know how he did it because he smokes
Wow.
way more than I do. He's been smoking a long time, but and it's weird because at first I was like, maybe I should be nice and not smoke around him. Then I was like, fuck it, because if you're gonna quit, you're gonna be around people ultimately that are gonna smoke. Just man up
Absolutely.
and get to it. So I'll quit when I'm damn good and ready. We roll our own. So like Silver Girl said, it's not the tobacco or anything. There are no chemicals or none of that crap in our shit. But it's a habit. Like when you're sitting here, like you said, when you're driving and all that. I sleep. I just don't sleep a lot, William. Well, you have to remember when we were done, I took a day off in our little marathon. Yesterday, I went to sleep at 7:30. I cooked Gary dinner and passed right out. So I slept from 7:30 until 2:30. That's plenty of sleep.
Yeah.
It's just the hours I get up are weird, but I love getting up really, really early because it's quiet. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to deal with a dog. I have my own alone time, and I actually get a lot of work done out here in the wee hours of the morning. So
Oh,
it's
sure.
just a little backwards.
Well, I always tell people I live a normal life. I just live it at abnormal hours.
Absolutely.
You know, 1A, I do want to tell you, man, what I found out about the drinking, it was not alcohol that I was addicted to. It was that physical act
Hmm.
of drinking. If I were you, I'd go get me a case of bottled water. And when I want to drink, crack a bottle of water and enjoy it. It didn't bother me at all to quit drinking. I had no cravings. Every once in a while, I would think, oh, a nice cold beer would taste good, but I never got that feeling like I needed a drink. Sometimes people will shake and shit like that, but that didn't bother me.
Yeah, I never had that problem.
I don't have a habit.
No?
Me
Yeah,
neither.
right. Spilled a chimney over Monty.
No, huh? Ah,
See, I'm the opposite. My favorite part of the day is the end of the day when I make myself my doctored up tea, baby. That's it. I got 3 or 4. I go to bed and I'm good. I can't remember the last time I had a hangover though. I mean, last time we were out hardcore partying, I guess, but that's been a long time.
So I was living a perpetual hangover
No, that's
and
not
didn't
good.
understand why I felt like shit all the time. I thought it was my age. And then I've recently found out different. But yeah, 1A, when I first made this decision that I had to quit, and I won't get into why, but I started diluting. I'd have a bottle of water and then a can of beer, bottle of water, can of beer. And it wasn't too long till I was full. So I didn't want anything. And it only took me like 3 weeks to go from 15 beers a night down to one. And then there was that one night when I went to the refrigerator to get my beer, and it was just something came into my mouth, and I was like, I don't want this. And I had already had my last beer. I didn't mark the date. I don't know when I quit drinking. I know it was sometime in January of 19, but 19? No, January of 20. But some people can tell you the date. I've been sober since this date. Can't tell you that. So
Gap Pack, I see that. A quart of apple pie moonshine. That's good.
Yeah.
I never was man enough to drink moonshine, man. Never.
Awesome.
I had a
Well-
boyfriend in college who's helped buy a car by selling his moonshine. So I learned how to drink moonshine. Didn't like it too much, but when I was over there, I would drink a little moonshine. And it would knock me on my butt.
Some of it you can make through a still, and some of it you just put together, and it's still called that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't go near beer, and actually do not allow anyone to smell of beer and be around me, because that was what my father drank, and he was always drunk when he abused and raped me. So I don't want the smell of beer anywhere near me. But now give me a little rum and strawberries. I make damn good daiquiris.
Ooh, I love daiquiris. Ooh,
I-
man.
I-
He's talking.
You won daiquiris. Hi.
Yeah,
Tom,
What's
you was
happening,
talking
man?
about. He's talking
Go
about
ahead, Bonnie.
people remembering dates, and one date that I will always remember, I'll never forget it. It's May 1st, 2019. That's the last time I did any meth.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Congratulations to you, man. Thank
Congrats.
God I never had that problem.
Right? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I
didn't
quit.
know
I
that.
quit drinking on January 1st this year, and everybody's like, "Oh, what was that? Your resolution?" And man, I'm like, "Man, resolutions never work." I got in trouble on New Year's Eve. That's
Oh,
what
did you?
made me quit New Year's Day. I got in trouble. It just happened to be that day, so it's easy for me to remember January 1st, 2022. So
Right
feel a
on.
lot better. Feel a lot better.
Sure you do.
Yeah, man.
By the way. Very much congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't had a cigarette in I think 6 years. Yeah, I'm boring as hell. I don't drink anymore, but I had to quit drinking. I literally had to. I was at a fork in the road where either I'm gonna be a drunk or I'm gonna do what I like to do, and it was a no-brainer. I can't do both, so
Right. Right.
Yeah, some people
had to get
can't.
rid of it, man. And I was a drunk, golly, man. I mean, I was starting because I'm retired. I was starting to drink, in the morning and drink all damn day and all night. And it just got to the point when I didn't drink, I would get sick. That's like a junkie, man. I don't
That's
want to live
bad.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, man. Shaking and sweating
Yeah.
and
That's true
blowing
addiction.
up and everything, man. It was horrible.
Yeah, your body almost levels out when you have those addictions, and if you just
I
stop
had to
it,
drink.
then you have
Yeah, I had to
scratch.
drink just to be normal. Just
Sure,
to be
yeah.
normal. And I was going and playing jobs. I'm in a band, and I didn't make the connection, but I would be like, all right, I'm gonna be a good boy today. I'm not gonna drink, because we've got work to do. And then I started getting sick as hell, and I just thought I was getting sick. I didn't make the correlation between the two. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad,
Wow.
but I ain't doing that shit anymore. Hell no.
No,
I live by myself. There's nobody to tell me no except for the cat, and he doesn't give a shit as long as he's getting his treats,
Well, you got to care enough about yourself.
Gotta have self-discipline. Yep,
You know-
got to.
I was having medical problems myself, which was what made me make the decision. And it's only in the last couple of months that I'm over the medical problem, So, but a buddy of mine said you didn't do it to yourself overnight and you ain't going to heal overnight. So that was a little
True.
bit of comfort. But it's a waste of time. It's a waste. I got more money in my pocket now.
Oh my God,
Right.
man. I bet you I was blowing at least $30 a day on that shit.
Well,
And you think, what is it per month? I don't even know what that is. It's a lot of damn money though. 30
Yeah.
times 30, was that 600 or some shit? Yeah.
When you stop, unless you roll your own, when you stop with the cigarettes, that also does a huge bonus to your bank account.
oh yeah.
Man,
Oh,
what is a pack of cigarettes now? They're like $7 or $8, I think, man. I live in Richmond, Virginia. They make this shit right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
cheap here.
Mine are cheap because we get we get tobacco by the pound loose, and I roll it.
Oh, you rolling your own? Yeah,
Piece
that's
of
different.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
But I
roll an
mean-
entire carton for like $28.
That ain't bad.
That's
But I
not-
mean, I was smoking 2 packs a day. You know,
$100
so
a carton here.
is that how much it is?
100,
What?
105,
Woo!
yeah.
And I could go through a carton too, man, quick.
Last time I bought tobacco in tubes, I was able to figure it out, and my cigarettes are 85 cents a pack. I
That's
got
pretty
lazy
good.
one day. I was on the road, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and buy a pack of Marlboros because that's what I
Oh
used
yeah,
to smoke.
900. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they were more than $8.
Wow.
So 10
$100
times what I spend to roll my own.
Yeah.
at this
Wow.
point, I think they've gone up too. And I don't know what the deal is, but I had to go or send my aide over to Oregon to get cigarettes. I'm not
No more. It's more expensive in Oregon now.
well, I'm sure, but it was so bad here that she would go up there because she get her husband's anyway. So she'd pick mine up at the same time she picked his up, and I couldn't believe the money I was handing over to her just to get cigarettes, and that's been 6 months anyway.
You guys don't have roll your own out there?
I never thought about it, and don't know of anyone who does. So
Yeah, we do. We got all kinds of tobacco shacks, and reservations are pretty good on the roll your owns.
Oh,
I
We
don't
used to get them to.
have them in Washington because here on this little bitty peninsula, 26-mile long peninsula, 46 miles wide, 26 miles long. There's 4 pot shops, but I don't know of any place that sells tobacco.
That's wild.
You could probably get it online, can't you?
Well, I'm sure you.
Yeah.
Not in the state of Washington. They don't deliver it in the mail.
Really?
oh, they won't let you get. Oh,
You could do anything you want to in the state of Washington, and they're going to be dicky about something like that. I mean, you
Right.
get away with anything in Washington. You could burn the city down. They don't give a shit.
My
No,
mother-in-law used to get the cartons in Washington. She used to get the cartons from the online from the reservation. She only spent $5 a carton.
Wow. That's crazy.
Quit that shit they quit that shit 10 years ago at least. Yeah.
least, yeah,
that's a shame.
it's crazy.
If you ask me, they should make them a fucking $1,000 a carton. Loose tobacco too. No fucking sense. They got us wearing
They-
masks around this motherfucker, but yet they still let us smoke. What the hell?
Have you
Thanks for having me up on. Thanks for having me up on panel, Tom.
Are you taking off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the man has got a job or something. What's wrong
Yeah.
with
He's Monty Hall. He's got to go do the freaking, what was that show?
Come on down. Let's make a deal.
you? Let's make a deal.
Let's
Right.
make a deal. Yeah, Monty Hall.
Appreciate you coming, man. I hope you have a good night.
Yeah. Thank
Have a
you.
good night,
Later,
man.
y'all.
We'll catch
Oh,
you somewhere.
Much
good
love.
night.
Much,
Take care,
much
Monty.
love. God bless. Yep. Later.
Love you.
on? Make them all come hither.
Good morning, Mama Red.
Yeah, that's right, Roots. They want the tax money. That's true. It's all about money.
Have you seen the people
Oh.
with masks that have put a hole in the side of the mask so they can put their cigarette in there?
What? Now that's a true retard right there. I mean, come on. Pull the mask
You
down
know,
and
and
smoke.
if they say you got to wear your mask, wear it on the top of your head. You're wearing a flipping thing. It's like when they came out with the helmet laws for motorcyclists. A lot of them were strapping them to their knee, and cops would pull them over and, hey, I'm wearing it. You know, they had to change the law. Say you have to wear it on your head.
That's funny.
I need cookies or pie, woman. What you gonna do about that? Cookies or pie? Ooh, what about a
We
cookie
don't have
pie?
helmet laws here.
Shit, that sounds good.
They don't.
I mean,
have
I never
helmet
ride
laws
without
down
one, but no helmet.
No,
laws.
it's stupid to ride without one. You know,
I would never.
that's just dumb. But
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't have a helmet law in Florida?
No, you don't have to
I
wear a
don't think
helmet.
they do. I know. I don't think South Carolina you have to wear one either. You get Virginia, you have to wear one, but it's just dumb not to wear one. You know.
Yeah, it is. It's
Or
idiocy
I'll
not to
see
wear 'em.
guys riding Harleys and shit around here wearing shorts and short sleeve shirt. Man, if you take a spill, you're gonna be like meat wagon, man. I mean, anytime you go riding, I don't care what the temperature is outside, you should have all leather, everything, helmet,
Absolutely.
you know, because Lord knows I would crash one. I know I would. Oh God,
Yeah,
it'd be
it's no fun
disaster.
leaving your skin on the asphalt. That's for sure.
Oh heck no. I saw this is horrible, but I saw a video. I think it was a third world country where some guy had a motorcycle wreck and he went down and hit the pavement, came back up, and his whole face was hanging off over here. I mean, it just peeled his face off and it was hanging over here, man. And he was like, "Oh, it's awful, man."
Yeah, I've
To
seen
each
that
his own.
lots of times, but yeah, they're foolish. All the Harley guys here, they don't wear their helmets.
I remember now what I heard about Florida. Now I know back
What?
when what I heard, I was trying to place what I'd heard about Florida and their helmet law. And what I remember now is that when Earnhardt Sr. died and they did the autopsy in Florida, and there was a push to do a helmet law in Florida because of his death, and Teresa Earnhardt got behind it. And I don't know anything else, but I remember that part of it because I thought, what does him not putting with him with an open face helmet in his car on the Daytona 500 racetrack
Yeah,
have to do with motorcycles and helmets?
it's true. Yeah,
Yeah, it's apples and oranges. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, it really is. Well, oddly enough, there was a woman involved in getting it through. Like, you can't force us to wear helmets, blah blah blah, and they got that law passed. And guess what happened? She actually ended up dying in a motorcycle accident because she wasn't wearing one.
Is that right?
Oh,
Good for her though. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's our body, our choice.
That's
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
Well, I can agree with that, Ghetto, if you're willing. Okay, if you don't have to wear a helmet, then I don't have to pay for keeping you when you turn yourself into a vegetable on the street. There's a lot
Ditto.
worse things that dying, and I wrecked a motorcycle 3 times, and only the first one was my fault. The other 2 were other drivers, and the third one scared me so bad I said, "To hell with this," and I got rid of the motorcycle.
No,
Well,
it
Yeah,
wrecked really quick.
one of my best friends got his leg chopped off. A car came right up and
Yeah.
hit him, took his leg off. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
they
And
might
it's
tell them that if you don't wear a diaper, then they don't want to take care of you if you get sick.
That's fine.
And that's what they are looking at now with Social Security, is looking at the Medicare, Medicaid, and those of us who aren't, and no exceptions is what they're looking at. But they they were working on a proposed ruling, and some friends of mine said that it ran into a glitch, so it's halted at this point.
It ought to be a glitch.
Yeah, but the way it was looking, from what I've been told, is that it was looking as if Medicaid would remain and just the Medicare for us old would be restricted. And if you did not have, this glitch has to do with if you don't have it and but you have other comorbidities like me, that they would continue to treat whatever they were treating up until that point, and as long as it didn't get impacted by the poof. But it ran into a glitch, and the friend who's been relaying me this information is anti having a fit because he's having to wear a diaper to work at Social Security headquarters in Baltimore. And so he was helping it get a glitch. He was asking me for what can I do? What can I say? What can I put in here to stop this?
Well, there's a problem denying people money that they paid in.
Yeah.
That's their money. That's not Social Security's money.
But they were going to allow Medicaid SSI recipients, but not Medicare.
That's crazy.
Got a glitch in it right now.
You got to turn the autocorrect off, William.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh, Ohio,
I
yeah.
had one fly down the front of my jacket. That was a trip.
Yeah.
Hit me in the throat and fell right down.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And he was still stinging.
That's messed up too.
Shit.
Emergency stop. Yeah.
Oh.
Happened to me.
You know, we used to ride dirt bikes when we were teenagers and whatnot, man. And you could crash one of them and just get up and brush it off, make sure you still got all your fingers and everything, and get back on and go.
Right?
You know, but having a wreck on the street is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother animal right there.
Yeah.
Half the time when you're on the street, you're involved with a car and it's bigger than you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
Yeah.
problem here. The majority of even the customers we see that have died or completely maimed themselves or wasted the bikes, a lot of the times it's not their fault. You know,
Right.
the drivers here in Florida are so bad. You
Yeah.
know, so that's why I kind of was thinking twice before I got Duke. And I'm like, I'm coming out of retirement. I'm going to start riding again. I wasn't retired very long anyway. But, you know, I don't ride all that often. I haven't actually ridden in about 6 weeks now. But it's kind of just a weekend thing now, you know, sometimes.
Mama Red, I had heard that they were considering requiring it in all insurance of all sorts, regardless of your insurance carrier. I've heard that, and I don't know how they can do that. But then again, I don't know how and what they've been doing, so I'm sure they'll figure out a way to screw it.
I had my 2 shots, and then about, what was it, a week and a half ago, I found out I was positive for COVID. So I'm not getting a booster. I'm not getting any more of these shots. Fauci's talking about a 4th shot now. I'm not doing any more of that shit because hopefully I've got a, what do you call it, a natural immunity to it now or whatever. It's all a bunch of bullshit, though.
That's true. That's the one thing everybody agrees on, pretty much.
Yeah. Man, we're over 2 years into this shit, man. I mean, damn. That whole first year, because I'm empty nest, my daughter moved to Japan. And it happened right around that same time. She left in November and then of 19. And so all that shit started happening right after that. And man, I sat in this house for a year by myself, you know, like Robinson Crusoe or some shit. I mean, but I had the best seat in town, man. I mean, I didn't have to worry about money or anything because I'm retired, you know, and I could just watch the whole world just go to shit right in front of me, man, for a year. It was terrible. Now we're 2.
Hey, Moonchild. Good morning. Well, listen, I promise you, man, by the end of the summer, our great and fearless leader will have cured this problem.
That's what he said he was going to do.
They got to have
The
something
summer of
positive
what?
to say about the election.
Yeah, the summer of what year?
What?
2029?
Could be.
Good one.
You just wait till August and see how little this thing's being discussed.
Oh
Just
yeah.
wait.
Oh yeah, that's the whole scenario with the Ukraine and Russia and all that other crap. That's what's going to take it over. They got to keep instilling the fear.
Hmm.
This ain't working anymore. So they've decided they're going to threaten all this other crap. And
Well, they already got the system in place. They don't need it to work anymore. We're already obeying.
Putin also doesn't need war. All he's got to do is off, and he'll stop all the oil going to all of the countries over there because he's the only one controlling it now that Potato gave him back his oil pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
All he's got to do is cut the oil off, and everybody will fall down and say yes, sir.
Yep.
and a whole lot faster than they will if they try to go in and invade. So this is just all bunch of bull designed.
You know,
to-
I got a pretty nice freaking boat. I love going out on my boat, but I didn't even pull the cover off this past summer because of the gas prices. I can't afford to put gas in that damn thing. Hell, I got enough to. I've got 2 tanks, which is 45 gallons. Man, how much is that going to cost?
Oh,
Yeah.
45 gallons, and I only put premium in it, so that's what, like $4 a gallon. I can't afford that shit, man.
well, right next
Wow.
to $5 a gallon.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
was going to say, I
Yeah,
don't think
so
you can get
there it
premium
sits.
for
There it
$4 a
sits out
gallon.
there, you know. Hopefully this coming summer I'll be able to open it up in a bit. If I can't, you know, I mean, I can afford to put gas in it, but Jesus Christ, man, at what cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you get out of it? You know, there has to be an enjoyment factor there that makes it worth spending the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, and I do, but I mean, at these prices, it's just like, good God, because I'm not the guy. I'm the kind of guy. If whatever gas I got, I'm gonna run it all out, man. I mean, I ride around all freaking day long. I don't do this. Just come back with like 3/4 of a tank or no shit like that. Oh hell no. I'm gonna.
So I have
I don't really fish or do anything. I just ride around, man. I just go adventuring, man.
I keep
Scat Pack, were you on a motorcycle
Amen,
when
Moonchild.
you got hit?
Who are you talking to? Scat? Scat was in a car. Yeah.
Oh, he was in a
T-Bone.
car.
Yeah, she was in the car, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Scat
Damn.
Pack's a girl. I do that all the time.
45 gallons times $4 a gallon. Big chap
I
says that's
remember that.
100.
$180.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
I
crazy.
maintain he can't get premium for $4 a gallon, especially at a marina.
$180 to go out cruising around. I don't know, man. It cost me 15
Yeah,
bucks
that's-
on my motorcycle.
It's probably closer to $5 a gallon.
That's
So
crazy.
$5 for 45 gallons at $5, and I think that works.
It's too late to do that in my head. 5 times 45, that's 225. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I can do the fives. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, 5s are easy.
I'm trying to figure out why Scat Pack thinks we the people are in charge now.
Yeah, no, we're not.
It's a good theory. Scat Pack, come on up and explain that.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think we are, but you know.
Uh,
I don't think they are in charge either.
that's
No.
well, it's that Trump agenda that nope, just hold on, we're still in charge. We got to prove that the Bidens and the Democrats are bad. You guys got to learn your lesson, and then we'll come back in and save you.
that theory
I'm
is
not
getting
saying that's
really
what
old.
she meant, but
Yeah.
it's getting tiring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that I'm beginning to wonder if there's enough of them with any brains left to be in charge.
Right?
Right?
So that's why I mean, we know that Potato has no brains. I never thought Obama had any.
Hey,
Well,
I was
he's
going
not
to say,
pulling.
let me throw something out here and see what you guys think, because you guys are ghetto smart. Everybody here is smarter than I am. So Biden doesn't give a shit about our border, but all of a sudden his butt hair is on fire because of the Ukrainian border. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's scared to death they're going to get in there because there's so much dirty laundry in Ukraine with him and his crackhead whore banging son in Ukraine with Burisma and all that stuff. If Russia invades, they're going to find all that shit. So I figure there's either one of two things they're going to do. They're either going to expose him as a criminal, which I don't think they're going to do, or they're going to hold it over. I didn't mean to do that. They're going to hold it over his head, you know, to blackmail the shit out of him and run the damn White House. You know, once they get all that dirt. I don't know. What do y'all think?
That's under the impression that they're running the White House already.
Which they right, and they could be already. Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Before Trump. I
China-
believe they do before Trump. And I think what they're really wanting to do right now, if you ask me, is they want this war to happen in the Ukraine, That way, they take all of our strongest soldiers and put them in the Ukraine.
God, I
set
hope
them
not.
set them up to fail. Then all we're left to, and then we're all left to fight fucking China and Taiwan and all them without our strongest military presence.
I want to
They're
add.
setting us up to fail strategically.
I want to add
Good
what
point.
though. I think that these healthy, short-haired gentlemen they're bringing in over the border without anybody with, excuse me, with them, and they all look like they're muscular and well endowed and fit. I think that those, yep, like that count. I think that those are the ones they're going to put in uniforms, and we won't know any difference. And those guys will shoot us if it comes.
Nah, I mean,
I don't know. I got a son-in-law who's a Marine over in Okinawa, and it just scares me. My daughter lives with them. They're married, but, and you're talking about China coming into Taiwan. If they do that, then Taiwan's down here, and then you got a series of islands that go all the way up to mainland Japan. They're going to start going north, and Okinawa, where my daughter lives, is right in the middle of all that shit, and so everything scares me now, man. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
And the people in charge, well, we don't know who's in charge. We really don't.
It's true.
Oh, look at what Boris said. Potato accepted 31 million from Chinese intelligence, no less.
I
yeah.
hadn't heard that.
Yeah. Oh,
Heard
yeah.
nothing about that.
How much
Wow.
did Trump get? How much did Bush get? Obama get? Clinton get? They're all
Right
fucking
on,
getting
right
money.
on, Ghetto.
It's fucking gross.
I want to say that this country went to shit when Kennedy got assassinated. I want to say that's when it went. Now, I could be wrong. Could have been
Well-
before that or after. I don't know.
Most people don't like it when I say it, but it went to shit when that Declaration of Independence was signed. Who's
Right.
to fucking say we weren't free before that motherfucker was signed?
You
I
gotta
will
read some
follow
history,
them.
Ghetto.
I will follow it. Don't get me wrong. I respect the Declaration of Independence. There's no other system available for me to research or to believe in. I believe in my Constitution, but these same people that signed all these freedoms, they owned people.
It's true.
Irish, they owned Italians, they owned black, they owned all of us while they were saying and giving us these speeches about freedom and happiness and all that. Again, I will fight and I will die for that Constitution. But I think the real truth and the real history is a lot darker than what we think it is.
Big time.
Yeah, well, everybody has dirt. Everybody has dirt.
He's right.
I'm not saying it's right. I agree with you.
I'll be right
But I mean, that's the thing about it. If you tried to run for president now, I mean, shit, if you're late on a library book or something, they're going to bring that shit up. I mean, you
Our
have to be,
lineage,
you
our
have to be like
lineages wouldn't.
Jesus or something, where they couldn't get any dirt on you. Damn.
Our lineages wouldn't let us run for president. Look at all these presidents and look at through their bloodlines, man. It's like the fucking Roman Catholic Church. They all got to be related somewhere in there.
Yeah. And the
Gross.
monarchy over in England, man, that's a bunch of
Yes.
really screwed up.
What I think the Constitution, the independence thing was supposed to be for, it didn't work. But my understanding when I went to school, which was a long time ago, was, and of course we all know that things got changed between then and now.
There's ghetto.
But I think
Yeah, sorry, man. Just kind of
Yeah.
hanging out.
trying to separate us from England. And that's what that was supposed to have been for. But didn't separate us because they didn't own it in the first place. So we didn't need to be separated. We just needed to make them go away. They were trying to own everything here. And that then they did the Tea Party and all that stuff in Boston Harbor. And they thought they won and got away from the Queen. And getting away from the Queen was a really good idea. Kennedy didn't do it, but we tried.
Well, it's taxation without representation. We had to pay taxes to England, and we
Right.
didn't have any representatives, which that's bullshit.
we pay taxes to the rich people, and a lot of them live overseas.
Yeah. Is Canada under England? I know Australia
No.
is.
Canada
Canada's
is
not, though. Okay, okay. They're not under the Queen.
They are to some degree because she owns Canada land. She owns
Okay.
the majority of Canada. And because she owns it, she dictates to Trudeau what he's doing. And they pay
Probably that.
and pay the Queen money every year too. But she
All
owns
North America does, doesn't it?
of the land in Canada. A lot of the land, if not all of Australia, is owned by her too, I think. She owns more land than you can comprehend.
Well, if you ask me, guys, I was talking about this earlier over at Hutch's. We can find a way to take these fucking satellites down. I'm talking all of them. Then maybe we would actually have a fighting chance. That would be
That's never going to happen.
that would be the smartest move we can think of. Is if we can get the
Never gonna
satellites
happen.
down, then we'd all be on the same fucking playing level.
They've got so much.
There'd still
Other-
be secret satellites up there, though, man. You know?
No, I agree. I'm just saying that'd be the only way. Because other than that, man, I mean, that's where our control comes from is the skies.
Yeah.
My dad says Canada is run by the Queen.
Oh,
And
We
I
have to level the playing field. There's really nothing else we can do.
thought
Train our kids.
the Queen is on the
I don't know.
currency. You know, she's on all of that.
the sun never sets on the British Empire.
Nope.
Exactly, but it's sure pale these days. Have you seen the palace lately?
I don't think so.
Like the White House does, with the windows all closed up and everything.
Really?
Yep.
Because they're in there sacrificing fucking kids, man.
You know,
Fucking
the
rogue.
monarchy, they're lucky their own damn people haven't put a stop to that shit. You know, you got to pay enough taxes as it is, and then you got to support this family that doesn't do jack shit. It's just like a decoration or something.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yep.
make sense to me either.
Good morning, big chap.
What's up, Tom? Panel.
What's
Dixie,
up,
Gorga,
big brother
Silver
Chop?
Girl. What's up, Ghetto? How's everybody doing? Man, I had to jump on here when you started talking about these towers.
You fancy, huh?
Oh, yeah. I love talking about them. They're doing the shit. They're doing it down in Brazil for sure. There's a trick. What they're doing is old car tires burn hot as hell. I mean, hot. They burn for a while. And they're stacking these bitches around in like a little pyramid at the base of these poles, getting them nice and gassed up and setting them on fire.
To block the satellites?
Oh no, it fucking melts the pole right there at the base of the fire, and they push them over,
Brings
push
it
them
to the
bitches
ground.
down. And get this, remember you were talking about scrapping earlier in copper? There's 9
Oh, yeah.
pounds of copper and a pound of platinum in each one.
Oh,
Are you talking about like the 5G towers, the cell towers
Yeah,
and stuff?
the big ones. Yep, the big ones.
Yeah.
Now do
Hey,
that
Silver,
again.
your
9
mic
pounds
is
of
acting
copper
up.
and what?
My mic is.
Somebody's
Silver.
mic's popping.
Oh,
I didn't know if she knew it was messing up or not. But no, well, I mean, I'm down for the towers too, chap. I was more thinking the actual satellites themselves.
oh, right.
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Go straight to the source. But I don't know
Well,
how
here's
the
the
hell
problem
we
with
would
that
do
is,
it.
Ghetto, is a lot of it's now fiber optics, and that shit's all underground.
Oh, yeah.
The old school satellites, I mean, they're dishes that are there, but they're not really bouncing signals that are, you know what I mean, that are have any weight, that are really being
But I mean, they
utilized
need the
as much as
satellites
the fiber optics are.
they need the satellites to send the information to the fiber optics. So you know what I mean?
Not
Control.
necessarily if you're hardwired into the fiber optic system. The shit's running down to everybody's street. I didn't work there, but I worked for the street department, and there was a company that worked right alongside us that had a trencher, and for 2 summers straight, this motherfucking trencher was on every neighborhood burying fiber optics.
Yeah, we have it all up and down here. Even our electric Even our electricity is underground. But what I'm
That's
saying is,
5G towers, 1A. They can do it.
GPS wise, they would need something above us, wouldn't they? You think, or you think they already have it mapped up enough?
Well, you know my whole theory. See, I think satellites and shit as we know them in space are just on balloons because they found those two crashed. And no, they're not parachutes. They've looked at them and it's an actual enclosed balloon. And there's
Oh,
video
okay.
footage of people flying these You know, NASA is the biggest consumer of helium. Why?
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Didn't know that.
Because
Hey,
they
I'll
got
be right
everything, every satellite and shit they have.
Excuse me.
Because we can't leave inner orbit, bro. We never have. It's a fact. And everybody's going to sit here and I don't want to get into no long discussion, but the satellites as we know them are all floating around on balloons for a long time. Okay. And there is satellite dishes that will communicate with them. But the majority of our communication is now all done fiber optics. And the shit's buried through every city, through the oceans, everywhere.
Yeah.
Most satellites always point to the south. You know why? Because that's like where the extra range is. That's the south. That's where like the belt of the
Yeah, for us
The
where
Van
I'm
Allen
at,
belt.
it's southwest. Southwest is if you
Yeah.
could look at any dish and it's pointed southwest.
there's something to it. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I
No,
you
it
know
makes sense
when I
as
look at
to why
all
them
these
motherfuckers don't
pieces and
fall.
shit, it all just And why are they pushing for this 5G? What's wrong with 4G?
Mhm.
We're all doing good communicating, getting shit
Well,
done.
I'm wondering why it's 5G that they're pushing though. I
Right. What
mean,
was wrong with the
China,
old school telephone booths that were
but
hanging on the liquor store and you had to fucking communicate like that?
well,
Why
oh
didn't you
hell
write
yeah.
notes in high school
But
and you had to pass it in third hour and wouldn't see it till fourth hour and shit?
you would think that we wouldn't want 5G. You think we would jump higher than that because China's got 8G already. So why
Yeah,
the
you
hell
were
we just
saying
going to
that.
5G?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
That
don't
makes
know.
no sense when they're
No.
already 4 fucking G's ahead of us.
That
Mhm.
video
I
I did
mean,
on it, it was an actual commercial at the beginning of my video, and the dude walks back up to the button. He says, "Wait till we see what's coming up next, buddy."
yeah,
He
and
taps the
China
button.
already knows it. That's what I mean. I was trying to get into the argument. Well, not argument, but conversation with Hutch and Backwoods. But I mean, they don't roll with the technology like I do, or think it didn't get the conversation didn't go as far as I was thinking it would. But it's like people don't. It's like those are the things that I try to like back in the 40s and 50s. That's when everything started getting digital. Man, our
Oh yeah,
computers were the size of fucking buildings back then. How the
Yeah.
hell did we know to digitalize things? You know what I mean? What the
yeah.
hell?
We got some.
There was a conduit. There was a cat. There was something that we found, or they found, or something came into society, came into the world, or was already here. We found it
Yep.
in that time, and then now everything's fucking fake as shit.
We went from vacuum tubes to integrated circuits, the transistor. That's what made everything change. And supposedly they say it came from the Roswell crash. So, I don't
Something,
know. I don't know. But yeah, a whole lot of
I
shit happened after 1947. I mean, a lot of
right
night
and
vision.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, I used to make Kevlar. I made that shit for years. And it's actually in a book. This Philip Corso was a colonel. The book's called The Day After Roswell. And he was a real colonel and everything. And his job was to get these materials that we didn't know what the hell to do with and give some to like 3M, give some to Bell and Howell, give some to DuPont,
yeah.
give some to these different companies. It's like, what can you do with this? And apparently, I mean, I can't say for sure, but supposedly Kevlar came from technology from the Roswell crash. Take it or leave it, but
I
that's
never
right when
heard
the
it like that.
transistors came out too. Integrated
I've heard
circuit.
that too. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that in the past.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it. Right when plastic was being invented, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they used to have Bakelite. They had this shit called Bakelite, and then plastic came out. Yeah.
all
Right.
in the same time, and we're constantly blaming fossil fuels. It came from oil, this black substance called oil. So we're
Talk
getting
about the
oil from dinosaurs, but not all the billions of human being bones that's been buried and
Yeah,
other
I
animals.
don't believe that
Just
fossil
I don't
fuel
even
shit.
believe that.
just
I
dinosaurs.
don't believe
You
I
it.
know
don't
what I
believe
mean?
that.
What?
You know what's
It
funny?
doesn't come
So
from
Uman and I were in
dinosaurs.
the truck on an hour-long stretch of highway, and we were talking about exactly that, oil. And he even said he's not buying it for a second. You know, there's rivers of oil under the earth, you know, and that's
yeah,
just
There
coming
is.
from dead-ass dinosaurs rotting in the ground.
yeah.
I ain't buying it.
Dinosaurs don't turn into oil.
They say they can
Uh,
go back to a well that dried up like, I don't know, 40 years ago and hit it again and it's full.
That's what Uman said. Exactly the
Yeah, it's
same
full.
thing. Yeah. How does that
So
happen? Yeah.
it ain't dinosaurs, you
Mm-mm.
know.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
No.
well, there's a theory that that black goo is actually something that they figured out that they can fucking digitalize too, and
Mhm.
got a lot to do with Antarctica, underground, all that shit comes together, man.
Well,
I
think
don't
about
know
all
any
the
of it. I
oil
just
under
like
the ground in the earth. What if it's like a lubrication mechanism inside our own planet of some sort? And there's
hold on,
Maybe
Nikki.
so.
Inside our, what if the Earth was actually a ship?
oh,
We're just floating
Do you know
around
what's
this
a
motherfucker.
byproduct? What's a byproduct from drilling for oil? This when they first started doing it, this junk started coming up. They didn't know what to do with it, but it was Vaseline. It's petroleum jelly.
Yeah,
It
the
just
jelly. Yeah.
when they drill, that shit comes out.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it does make sense that the planet would be like a ship. You know what I mean? Maybe the shape of Star Trek. You know, nice and flat and big and wide. Tom came back like, man, I didn't smoke enough for this conversation.
Yeah.
Look at
There's a
him
lot I could
cheesing like
say, dude, but
that.
I'm like, man, I don't want to sit here
No,
and
you're good. Tom loves these conversations.
sit here and go down. You know what I mean? Have people being like, I
Have
know
you
that.
have you I'm sorry. Have you guys ever heard of the Black Knight satellite? You're talking about satellites. Have you ever heard of that? Look it up online, the Black Knight. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. They have pictures of it, but it's this
Got a small
black
echo.
alien-looking satellite thing that's supposedly been there for like 12,000 years or some shit. How they know that, I don't know. But it's in a polar orbit around the Earth,
really?
and they've supposedly, yeah, they've taken pictures of it from the shuttle and stuff like that. You know, you can look it up online, the Black Knight satellite. But if you have a polar orbit, as the world's turning, you're going to be able to see every single piece of the Earth eventually. You know what I mean? You're just going around from the poles up and down. You're going to see every bit of it. And you know, I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not, but it is
No, we
interesting.
don't know what we're talking about. I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
we
it's
actually
interesting if you
really
look it up. It's a
touched on
rabbit
some
hole.
super heavy stuff, man, this shit would be burned down real quick. Tom be like, man, I lost connection to everything. What the hell's going on? I mean,
Yeah.
but we got an echo somewhere, guys. We got a small echo somewhere. I'm not sure if y'all hear it too,
I don't think it's me.
but it's a small little echo that I'm so freaking anal about my sound and stuff on here, man. It might just be my headphones because they're so good. You know what I mean? They pick up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's weird looking. I just looked that up count. That is really strange. Artificial satellites are circling Earth.
Well, you know, who's to say it's true or not? You know, I'm looking up a video right now. I'll put a link to it. I haven't watched this video, but you know,
I like them as
it's a
interesting
rabbit
things.
hole.
Yeah.
Definitely a rabbit hole to go down. I like going down those rabbit holes, man. When I'm
Me too.
bored, I don't have anything going on.
Yeah, me too. I want to look that up later.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little link to a video on here somewhere.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's one thing that got me. What Boris just said, I never even really knew that until Uman told me that they go back and check old wells and fill back up again. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think it's a finite resource. My dad always used to say that too. I don't know.
Well,
Although
in
you
50,
wonder what function, if let's say hypothetically, if it's not a finite resource and there's ass tons of it all over the planet, are we harming ourselves in any way constantly pulling this out of the earth in
Hey
such
guys,
large
hey
amounts
Nikki.
instead of doing it in smaller amounts? I don't know.
Or the fact that our black mirrors, maybe that's that oily substance just made solid. You know what I mean?
Hey guys,
How's it going, Salmon?
same old same.
Salem, what's up? How you been?
Well, Moonchild, as much as I agree with you, I mean, what else are we supposed to talk about, really? It is all repetitive. I mean, it gets there, but that's kind of what we like to do is just go through theories and opinions, and
Why? What would you say?
especially with the political crap, it's always the same stuff. That's why I like getting into deeper, darker stuff, because you can only do the political stuff so much until it's like, man, I just want to go, shoot the moon.
Well, I finally got an engine I ordered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
How long did
a week.
Mm.
What's that for your boat?
No, it's for my bike, so I can actually get back and forth to work versus taking cabs.
Oh, okay.
I used to pedal. One of the reasons I was able to afford a boat was I never bought a car. So I used to pedal a pedal bike. I can't pedal anymore. So I'm throwing an engine on a bicycle.
Nice.
That's funny. Creative.
It'll go up to about 40 miles an hour max speed.
That's enough on a bicycle.
Yeah,
Silver
it is.
girl.
Yeah.
A lot of feedback, mama.
Me?
Well, it can't go any faster in a car in town, anyways, because of speed limits. So it's plenty fast for me.
Hmm.
Do you have to license and register that?
Nope.
Cool.
No, man, they also got like scooters, and they got all kinds of cool ass electric bikes, scooters, go freaking 20, 30, 40 miles an hour. You ain't got license, nothing.
Well, this ain't electric. This is gasoline engine.
Gasoline.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
That's a favorite mode of transportation here is little motors on bicycles. They even use it on the beach.
All right, I had something I wanted to say, and I talked a long time, and nobody was listening, and then I realized my mic was muted. Oh, no, I'm not as smart as I look, and that's a joke too. God created this earth for us to live on, and for us to use its resources, and to develop it in what way we're capable of doing. And I don't think we're doing any harm pulling all this oil out of the earth. I think he intended
Me
for us
neither.
to use it. And the same with coal, and the same with any natural resource that's here. Now, we can waste it, we can misuse it, but I believe that that's what God intended for us to do, was use this planet to our benefit.
I agree.
I agree.
To our benefit, though, not
Good.
their benefit.
I
I
think
just don't think we're using it to our benefit.
I ain't scared of this mysterious they.
no, me either.
Whether they're
Well, I mean, they're not
people-
even mysterious, though. I'm just, the companies
who are
that
they?
run the resources. That's what I meant.
Well, that's rich people that need to be put in their place. But
That's what I mean by they.
we do what we got to do.
Yeah.
I believe
Everybody,
we could possibly need or want was put on this earth by God, and that includes all of our medicine and everything.
Exactly.
All the animals are put here for eating and for food and for medicine and everything else. And that he intended for us to utilize what he put here, maintain it, not use it up, not waste it, not do bad things with it. And there should be no problem.
Well,
What people have done to destroy it.
well, see, I have a way with this that actually coincides with the Bible on this. They say that cleanliness is next to godliness. So when we waste it, when we dump it, when we misuse it, when we litter, when we do all that, we're not being very clean, are we?
No.
No.
So then, as long as we use it properly, wisely, wise use, not no use. I've never been, anti-hunter, anti any of that. I hunt myself, but I believe in wise use, not hunt something to extinction.
Yeah.
That way, your kids can have it later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't kill just to kill. If you're gonna eat it, then eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wise, not no use. But it all coincides with the same thing. If you add it all together, we'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many people here. I'm pretty sure Tom and me are old enough to remember the 70s and the gas crisis back then under Jimmy Carter. And they said straight up, there's a finite amount of oil that we have, and we're running out of that shit. So we're going to run out. How many trillions of barrels of oil have we pumped since 1974 or 5?
Exactly.
And
And
That's
how much
loaded
more
shit.
has been found that has not been touched?
Hadn't been touched. I know.
That gas shortage back in the 70s was absurd.
It was
It-
absurd.
It was clearly lies. I remember
Yeah.
that because
That was a lie.
neither one of the two of you. And it was absolutely, we knew when they talked, they were lying. Everybody knew that. There was no question, but they were lying. Because even then, at the time, we knew there was oil out there that hadn't been touched. And they stood there and I didn't have any clue where it was, how they were hiding it and all that jazz. But I knew there was oil out there and there were reserves that hadn't even been touched.
Yep.
They put, I remember, that was awful. People got killed at gas pumps.
That one actually worked out for me a little bit because I was at Virginia Beach. Remember, you had even or odd, and it had to do something with your license plate, your last
Yep.
number.
Yeah.
You couldn't get gas every day. You could get it every other day, depending on your license plate. And I was down at Virginia Beach with a couple of really good-looking chicks, and I couldn't get gas that day, so I had to stay a whole nother extra day.
Oh,
And got gas. I know it worked out for me. It was like,
Oh,
all right,
poor
that's pretty
baby.
cool. I know. I had to call into work. I said, I can't come in. What do you mean? I said, I'm at the beach. I can't get no gas. I didn't tell them the rest of it.
it was a valid excuse too. I remember being so
was.
pissed off. Gasoline went to the outrageous price of 75 cents a gallon.
Oh my God.
And
I had a Mustang Mach 1. I mean, nice, really nice kick-ass Mustang. And I remember, I guess it was about 1977, I would splurge. They had this really good gas called Sunoco 260 Plus. Do you remember that, Tom?
Oh yeah,
That was
used to
the
sell
shit,
it.
you know? And I was splurging 64 cents a gallon on that Sunoco. It was way higher than the other stuff. 62 cents a gallon. Yeah.
Yorga, I had a 66 Chevelle Super Sport,
Oh, God, yeah.
and we
Ghetto,
didn't
I
care
got you
that
an
it only
avatar
got
right
6
here, bro.
miles to the gallon.
I'm gonna email it to you so you can use it all the time. Check it out. Tom, look at my avatar. I got this for Ghetto.
Yeah, I'm not looking at you. It's not happening.
Scope it out, bro. You can. I'm
I
gonna
can
email
see
it to
your
you.
athlete's
Okay.
foot. Yeah,
Huh?
sicko.
What is it? What?
Nasty.
Right, Tom? Nasty.
Oh
But
my God.
no, man, I
Sweat, a
remember
cup of
saying,
sweat
I
a
don't care
day.
if gas goes to $1 a gallon, just make it available.
Yeah.
You know, that was the attitude.
And the sad part is right now, I hate to say it, but you could get gas very easily. Even if the gas pumps were down, I can make my own gas. I could literally take garbage and turn it into gas.
You talking
I
about
know people who
methane
make fuel out
gas?
of cooking oil.
You talking
Well,
about like
literally,
using a
gasoline,
gasifier?
gasoline, diesel gas, or regular gasoline.
Okay,
It's
Doc. Okay,
a process.
how you doing it, Doc Brown?
Yeah, I mean, please share. You can't
Right.
just
Fuck, we're
It's
all
a
this
reverse.
way.
say it.
It's a reverse process. You set it up. You are taking plastic, basically, any kind of plastic you want. You can look it up on YouTube if you want, and it literally you can reverse engineer the oils and stuff that are in that and turn it into diesel or regular gasoline from plastic, any plastic.
Can you do this at a cost that makes it practical?
Yes.
Right, how much plastic and where you get? When you said trash, I'm thinking banana peels and all kinds of coffee grounds and shit.
No, not bioorganic. Literally, like your plastic bag. Let's say you have a loaf of bread. You take the plastic off it. When you're done with the loaf of bread, you throw it out in the trash, right?
Yeah, they do that every
What
day.
most
They
people do.
They recycle. It's recycling. That's all that is.
Yeah.
They'll take the
So
fucking
basically, instead of
plastic.
that, any kind of thing like that, like you use your up a jug of laundry soap or something like that. You rinse out the chemicals in it, and it's a reverse system. And if you actually look at the price again, is what this is, and you can use multiple different heating sources for this, because it does supply the heat itself a little bit depending on how you do it, and you can actually make more than enough gas. I mean, the trash is free. You gotta get rid of it anyways, so it's not like you're
Right.
paying for trash. So the rest of it is literally once you set up a system, you can set up a system for probably $150 in parts, but if it lasts you 4 or 5 years without ever replacing anything, and some do, you've made your money back plus.
Here's one that I can't believe they haven't done. You know, you guys are smart enough to know you could take an electric wire, put it in water, it'll start bubbling, and what the bubbles are hydrogen. You can run a car off of hydrogen. So
Yes,
I don't
you
know
can.
why they have some system. Don't have a system like that where you just fill your car up with water. You know, maybe it's impractical. I don't know.
Burger,
It seems
they
like-
did. Look up Stan Meyer. Stan Meyer, the water car. He got murdered because of that, bro.
You
I've
see,
seen
Right.
videos
They
you guys
killed his
trying to
ass.
do
Tried
that.
to
I
take his
don't know.
pet, and him and his brother went to a restaurant
Yep.
to meet with some feds, and they fucking poisoned him.
that's bullshit, man.
And
I
that,
mean,
I have tons of videos on it. I was gonna put it on. I got a strike on YouTube, dude. I'm closed out right now for.
Yeah, and they
Give
Give
buried
me
it.
just a second. Silver Girl,
Electrolysis
I've
system
had to
is
mute
easy.
you. Please excuse me. Silver Girl, I muted you because you're making a terrible, terrible noise. So if you want to talk, just unmute yourself. Okay.
How rude,
Sorry.
Tom.
Hey, it is what it is.
Just kidding.
That did clear up the noise.
The noise.
Yeah,
was
I
getting to me.
appreciate it, Tom. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was getting bad. I even turned my stuff off and went and listened to YouTube, and it was coming out pretty bad.
Okay. She can just unmute herself if she wants to say something. It's cool.
What you guys were talking about is called electrolysis. Now you
Yeah.
do need to add a chemical to that water if you want to bring it out. One of the easiest is baking soda. A 90-cent bag of baking soda, and you take a teaspoon out, and there's a little more to it than just adding a wire to it, though. I mean, it's stainless steel, and you need to do positive to negative to positive to negative to actually do an electrolysis system.
Kind of how you make meth.
I don't know how you make meth.
I don't either.
Well, you throw. I mean, if you want to know the dirty way to make it, is basically you take a bunch of wasp spray and you put it on a barbecue grill, and then you shock the barbecue grill with a battery and some jumper cables, and then you smoke what comes off of it. I didn't mean to sidetrack what you were saying, but
Sounds
that's how
a
you
little
make meth.
far-fetched.
Yeah, I never bothered with the
Fortunately,
making
it's
meth,
not,
but
Mr. Tom.
I understand a lot of science. That's one thing I don't know anything about.
I know
The
this
closest-
boy down the road here blew the end out of his mother's mobile home and told the state police he was baking himself a birthday cake and the oven blew up. But,
Yeah, right.
They probably fucking believed him too, didn't they?
oh no.
No.
Oh no. There was do not cross tape in layers around that place.
What we have here now is we call this a crime scene. See.
I think he's racist against you West Virginians.
I believe he might be.
Y'all step on back, y'all, out of the evidence till we get the right people in here.
What was
Put that
the
yellow
cop's
tape-
name on
Put that
Dukes of
yellow tape
Hazzard?
around them trees right there and run to the back about 30 yards. We got this crime scene secure.
He's good. I think he lived here for a while.
No, I used to hang out at my aunt's house in Georgia.
Aha.
She lived there. I'd go there in the summers and stay about 3 weeks and come back home. I had 11 brothers and sisters, and I was the only one that ever got to go to her house and hang out.
Wow.
Damn.
She like, I don't know, she took to me when I was a baby, I guess, and spoiled me and shit. But I don't know. I got to hang out with her every summer, her and my uncle and all my cousins and shit. It was cool.
Nice.
Wild whites. I've never heard of them. What are the wild whites of West Virginia?
Never heard of the Wild Whites, man. Wait a minute. That was a family, wasn't it? 1A?
Yeah.
I
They
think
were
it was a
freaking-
family by the name of White.
That was their last name.
Yeah.
Weren't they like
Ah,
Hang on,
inbreeding and shit up in the
Yeah,
mountains?
there's a
West
thing
Virginia?
on Netflix on it, and their whole entire family's on Social Security, fucking bunch of drug addicts, and the whole town's scared of them. So like all the way up to the mayor or governor or whatever, every single last one of them know about them.
Okay.
Wow.
And they don't mess with them.
Virginia, yeah, pretty much. They don't.
Wow, the one from
It's
like,
sad, honestly. I mean, it really is.
man. Have you guys ever seen? Because when you said that about how everybody's scared of them, it reminded me of this murder case where this dude in town and he was like a piece of shit. He was, and everybody knew it. He'd pull guns on people.
Yeah, McElroy was his name, I think. Something McElroy.
And they shot the whole town, surrounded his truck one day and fucking just lit him up, dude. Lit the whole truck. Nobody knows what happened. There's nobody seen, no killer ever got.
Yeah, there was 30 people there and nobody's talking.
You've heard about it then. Yeah, I didn't
Nobody
know
got
the
convicted.
details.
Yeah, that
but,
guy had it coming. His name was something McElroy. I saw something about him just yesterday. It
he was
showed his
doing shit
grade.
to the little kids too, wasn't he?
He was doing all kinds of dumb shit, man.
They
but
let it. He had like 3 murder. He murdered like 3 people, and they got
Yeah,
they
yeah,
let
yeah.
him out and shit. And
everybody was scared to
wild.
death of him. They finally got together and ambushed that monkey ass.
Oh, yeah, they fucking waxed his ass, bro. Right
And to
in his
this
truck.
day, everybody's like, nope, didn't see a thing.
No, we don't know. We heard gunshots. That's all they said. I heard shots.
I mean, no disrespect, Silver Girl, but y'all in chat, don't click on that link. That guy is such a freaking douchebag. You can't say that Wall Burger or whatever the hell his name is. He's always on. We've been at war with Ukraine for like the last 2 years, and you say anything against it, and he just goes on a tirade against you.
oh, really?
Talking that they're now ghetto. It's a news conference.
I don't
Oh,
know.
the
Who
news.
Oh, he's restreaming the news conference?
No, it's going on now.
I'm sure everybody heard.
No, I know.
when,
That's what I mean.
Brandon,
So he's
Brandon
restreaming
called
the news conference.
It's the one
Peter
that
Ducey.
day now over there, not over here.
I understand that, but he's restreaming it as in he's just got it up on his screen. That's all. That's going on now. I get that.
It's going on now. I was listening to them talk, not him.
Mm.
You know,
I'm-
there's something. There's
and
something.
I need to go to bed anyway, so I'm gonna hop out. I'll be in chat for a little bit, and then I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you for
Have a
coming
good
up, Silver
night.
Girl. Have a good
Yeah.
night.
Good night.
Hold on.
Good seeing you, Mama.
Good time.
Have a
Later.
good day.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Bye, Count. Big chap. Bye.
Rest well. Rest well.
Sweet dreams. Well, I
there's
hope
something I
didn't
do not
go lose.
understand. I cannot wrap my head around it. And I've been given like 1,000 reasons. Now,
Girls are just weird.
you've all heard of the school shootings that have happened and stuff over the last so many years and all the crap that's going on.
Yep.
When I was in school, we had none of that shit.
Yeah, none of it.
I mean,
remember
and
going to
everybody
school.
had guns just like we do now.
Listen to this. We used to ride to school, and some of my buddies with trucks would have their 12 gauges and shit.
Right
Right,
behind them.
In a
mounted
rifle
on the
rack,
gun
huh?
rack, and they would be
Absolutely.
sitting in the school parking
Well,
lot.
Sure.
Yeah,
Me too.
we did that
Like,
too.
there'd be like 30 12 gauges out there because most of us would have trucks back in the day, and a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people hunted and shit. And we would get off school and go rabbit hunting or whatever.
Yeah.
And we would rock our guns right in the school parking
I
lot.
think those gun racks are illegal now. I think,
Hey,
but
Ricardo.
everybody had them
This
back
was
then.
in
I
the
mean, they're-
90 I graduated in '98, so I mean, it ain't too terribly long ago, you know.
yeah.
Well,
I
we had school
graduated in
shootings around
'78, and everybody had them.
There
Yeah.
was no the first school shooting obviously that I really stuck out was the Columbine, obviously. And I remember I was working for the South Bend Street Department, filling potholes, and it came over the radio.
You know how I heard about that? I don't mean to keep talking, and I'm going to shut up after this, but the Columbine thing, I had no idea it even happened because my son died, and I was planning a funeral and all this stuff. And at his funeral, when the preacher started talking, he brought up Columbine. I didn't know any of that shit. It happened right about the same time, but I didn't know what the hell he was talking about because I was so overwhelmed with everything else that's going on. I wasn't watching the news, but yeah, all those shootings, I don't get it, man. These kids I think it's from so many kids take Ritalin and stuff like that, and it just fucks them all up. I guess.
Yeah, like I said,
you know
like
what?
you were
said, though,
saying,
we didn't
I
have that shit
remember.
when we were growing up. We didn't have it. I'm gonna shut up now.
You know what trips me out though, and this I guess it's regional, but I don't understand why people are so shocked about them. I've been in multiple school shootings, and it doesn't. I mean, it wasn't. It was a normal thing where I'm from. I mean, it's not like they were just in there mass shooting, but it was usually always an argument that ended up in a shooting. A few people
Gunfire.
got hit, a few people got hurt, and they moved on about their business. But then, once, and I hate to use race, but once it started happening in the suburbs and the white areas, that's when, oh my God, everybody know. And it's like, man, they've been doing that in the,
Yeah, but
the-
it's actually two different things. It's if you and me are in an argument and we get to shoot into each other, that's one thing. But if you and me plan together to go up in some school and whack everybody and then kill ourselves, I mean that's the difference there,
No,
Yeah,
I know that's the
that's
difference
where the
between that
difference
and
is.
Columbine.
Yeah.
That'd be the difference. But we were bullied. People came back and shotgun blasts as many bullets freaking shotgun took. That was it. Shit, Jefferson High School. I think I was 15. Dude came in and just started blasting. I mean,
What
it's
city
just what
was
Portland. I mean, this is
Portland,
just
Oregon,
basically. It's not like it happened every day or anything like that, but it happened as frequent as it is now. Just in more of a closed area, I guess. It wasn't the media. It wasn't them just coming out and blasting it everywhere. You know what I mean? It was like we heard about it, prayed about it, did the funeral about it, and went on with our business type of thing. But I think the further we get into the future, if that was the right way to say it, the worse everything's getting. I mean, the stronger the drugs are right now, from pharmaceuticals all the way down to the street drugs. I mean, our mental mind frames cannot accept the amount of information that we get on a daily basis, on top of with all the strong drugs and everything else. And I think humanity is snapping. They're honestly snapping. We can't handle all of it.
You got a good point, man. And then you factor in, like you said, number one, the drugs. Their minds are numb and fuzzy in the first place. And then these damn video games have normalized this to where they don't view other people as real human beings. They're just
and the internet.
Body
Yeah,
count
that on
numbers.
top of the internet,
Absolutely.
because we're talking right here, and I can go on a tirade because I really don't like West Virginians, and I can say the worst things possible and turn off my device, and it wouldn't even affect me emotionally. and excuse me, Tom, you know I'm not like that, but because we're on the internet, you're not in front of my face. I don't have to worry about you punching me right off in my mouth
Right.
because I can just turn the screen off.
Yep.
So I mean, it's so video games. I do agree with you on video games, not our video games for back in the day, but the realistic.
Oh, no,
I can
this-
walk up and shoot a cop in the head
Top spin
Yeah,
in the
on Grand
audience
Theft
says,
Auto.
he says video games have nothing. Sorry, Ghetto. He said
good.
video games have nothing to do with it. Same
It
as
has a
guns.
whole
have
lot to
nothing
do with it.
I'd argue that.
That's why the military's freaking recruiting these
It's the person
motherfuckers that
behind
are on these video games.
Yep.
It's the realistic video games,
Yeah,
the
they're
Grand
learning
Theft
like
Autos.
fast twitch muscle movement to like fly drones and
Yeah.
everything. And
So
a
they
lot
can
of
roll
the
them
new
drones.
weapons are like simulated with almost like fucking controllers and shit on them. Like
I
Yeah,
told you all
different
about my knee
stuff.
surgery, and the surgeon said I never looked at your knee. I was watching a television
Right,
while I
the
was operating on your
arthroscopic.
knee.
Stares at the TV and just moves her hands.
Yep. Hey, Ricardo, it's open forum, man. Come on up. I know you got an opinion.
yeah. I don't think that the military recruits with video games. I think they look at the video games and found that as a new way to recruit kids. You know what I
It's
mean?
on their applications. Yeah, most definitely. It's on their application.
Yeah, they didn't use that. They don't put out the video games to recruit. They just go,
No,
hey,
no.
this is a way to recruit.
Yeah, but as we all know, just like Nintendo and Sega and all these video games came from the military first, and then came to us as entertainment. They were simulation ways of training their actual military and stuff, and then boom, now we got video games. I'm not against video games. I make my living off of video games, so don't get me wrong. Like I said, mine are 80s, 90s, even some 70s, but the more realistic it is, like if you opened up a Grand Theft Auto 5, right? And you're able to just sit there and snipe cops and ladies and dudes and whatever you want just for hours and hours and hours. I mean, you get sensitized to that stuff. You get numbed up.
You do.
Really.
You do.
And it's so realistically looking. I got nothing against that particular game, but I do. If my son wants to play it, my son's not allowed to play that at all, period. He is allowed to play Mortal Kombat, though. Still a whole bunch of blood and guts and stuff like that, but they're fictional characters, and he knows they're fictional character. It doesn't look like a real
Like a
person.
real
You
human.
know what I mean? Yeah.
I've never played
seen
Grand
one of
Theft Auto, so I don't know how that goes.
those. I don't either.
Well, I mean, you just walk around. I mean, if you're not doing the storyline, if you just roll around, you're just a normal guy walking around any city, and you're able to just pull a gun out and shoot a chick. Just right there, take the car. And I'm just using them as an example. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm 40 years old, so I can play it without getting all like, yeah, let's kill everybody.
That is
You know.
normalizing evil.
It is.
that
Most definitely.
is encouraging the wrong damn thing. And the people that are making these things are going to have a price to pay later on. I'll just put it that way.
The last game that I really played a lot of was Super Mario Brothers.
I'm
There we
about
go,
the same
yeah.
speed, man. No doubt.
I don't want to blame the video games. I mean, I like video games and everything, these shooters and everything, but you got to have some damn common sense, and parenting should come into it too. But let's say you take a game, I don't know which one, Call of Duty or whatever, where you run around with a gun and you're just whacking people. If you get whacked, you freaking respawn or something. But a lot of these kids didn't grow up like us, man. They grew up with nothing but video games. I mean, you know what I had? I had a creek. I had rocks and
There
sticks
you
and
go.
shit. And the point I'm trying to get to is most of these kids, I mean, you could look at the Antifa rallies and stuff. None of these kids have ever been in a fist fight or a bike wreck or anything else. So they see the video games, I swear it, I think it kind of brainwashes them. They think it's going to be just like that, and it ain't. You get
Yeah.
shot one time, you're going to be like, oh, hell no, this ain't a video game, So, yeah, I think
Well,
there's a lot to be said for having your ass whipped a bunch of times when you're a kid. You really learn a lot,
I wanted to
Well,
answer
if
Top Spin real quick.
Exactly.
I did too, but go ahead,
You
Thomas.
no,
your
you
chance.
go first, man. Go
Well, I
ahead.
was just gonna say, obviously, you're not listening to the conversation or the context of the conversation. All you're hearing is us saying video games. We're talking
Okay.
about all of them together. Not you, Yorg. I'm talking to Topspin and
Oh,
I think Moonchild was saying the objects. And when you put all of them together, no parenting, left to their devices.
yeah.
Literally no, I mean nobody's paying attention, and the video game desensitized them to violence and foul language. Yes, the amount of hours that they're on them. My kids play video games all the time. I got no problem with the video games. The
Mhm.
reason why is because I'm a good parent. I'm able to watch and make sure they're here. But if you sat there and you played, for example, Grand Theft Auto for 12 hours a day for months on months straight, and all you're doing is killing and raping and stealing and doing all these things, you'd have to be out of your mind if you don't think that video games have something to do with it. But we're saying
Absolutely.
all of them together at once is the problem. All the entities from all sides. And the kid, they don't get to develop. That I mean, that
No.
it's a huge thing when you're
Yeah.
stuck in front of a screen and you don't get to develop your mind. So yeah, I do blame the person when they do the actions,
Yeah.
but the parents ultimately it's the parents' fault
Yep.
when the kids are doing it, because they're letting their mind be molded by something other than them. Sorry, Tom, if you had anything to say or have.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to add that Topspin, you're probably more intelligent. You may have been raised better, and you've got a better mind than a lot of these kids that have kind of decided that these activities are okay. You seem like the type of person that knows better and can just enjoy the game. But man, there's a lot of people and kids especially. They don't draw the difference, and I'm having trouble putting this into words. I can think it real good, but saying it is harder. But I go back to making it normal to just kill people and take their shit. That's not the way this world can run.
Mm-mm.
But yet these kids think that's what happens, and these kids, they've never seen a grieving mother. So this kid that pisses them off at school, they really don't think it through and understand that kid that they kill is not going to be back tomorrow. They don't think that far. That's my opinion. And that was so poorly said. But
No, it
No, it
made a
wasn't.
lot of sense. All they keep seeing is, well, you guys sound like Pelosi and all the politics. You know what? Guess what, people? Sometimes Pelosi says stuff that we actually agree with.
sometimes,
It
not
may
all.
sound, it may taste really bad coming out of your mouth, but
And
it's all about moderation. And what I was saying, at least on my part, it's definitely the parents. When it comes to a kid shooting up but I mean, again, when I was a kid, these kids, yeah, they had bad parents, but also they lived in bad environments.
yeah,
Gun
yeah.
at 10 years old. I had a fucking gun at fucking 10 years old. Excuse my language, Tom. I had a gun at 10 years old for absolutely no reason possible. I had one.
Well, I had
Else had
one, I guess about 12. Hey, Topspin, you want to come up and express yourself? I mean, it'd be easier than trying to type. And I'd sure be interested in
Walking
really
around
hearing
the
your
city
opinion.
streets with one.
Well, no.
That's what I mean. That's the difference.
Yeah.
No, I think me and Tom come from the same kind of situation where when we had guns, we were given guns or because we used guns because it was part of our daily lives, and
Right.
that's how we grew up. Not to just walk around the streets and
No.
have it for that.
Right.
Chap.
Oh, God
Big
forbid I
chap.
tried to take the thing off the property.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't going to happen.
You had good guidance. You know what I mean?
I
Guidance.
remember I had a 12 gauge that was handed to me and said, "Here, go take care of the coyotes that are trying to break through the fence." I was 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of with
Okay,
what
Thompson, I'd
Yorga
like to
said
speak to
because
you about it, though.
Nothing fixes
What I
too
do?
much stuff and teaches a lesson like a good old fashioned fist fight. That's how we solved our problems in school.
Oh
You know,
hell yeah,
You
you-
know,
most
but you
definitely.
but you learn a lot from that. Is what I'm saying.
damn right.
If you go, if you were an adult and you've never been in a fist fight, then you have no real grasp of the real world. You know, I mean, that's my opinion. But and a lot of these kids, they've never been in one. They've never been in a bike wreck. I mean, all of us here, probably everything, every elbow, every sharp edge on me is nothing but scar tissue from. I'm not bragging or anything. We did a lot of dumb shit. But I mean, I look at like my daughter, my youngest daughter, and she's smart as hell, and I love her to death. But there ain't none of that shit on there, you know.
Yeah, it's
We
true.
want to hear about the.
I mean, I'm glad, but still, go ahead.
You want to hear a quick story about the worst bicycle wreck ever? I witnessed it, bro.
Yeah, I
We
was
were
in
staying
one.
in my buddy's cabin in Drummond Island, Michigan, and his cabin was at the bottom of this hill, big ass hill, and at the top of the hill there was this cherry orchard. There's a lot of cherries and apples and shit growing in our area, and his mom had left. We're just sitting there playing regular Nintendo and shit, and she told us not to leave because it was supposed to rain. Well, of course, we left about 20 minutes after she did. Rode our bikes all the way. The bikes, like, you had to stop halfway and push your bike up because it was steep as hell.
Right.
And we're way in the back. We went all the way back to the orchard. That's where they haven't started picking at because, like, the front half was already picked through. And, man, we laid our bikes down and was just getting shitloads of cherries. And we had them in bags, like Walmart, just plastic bags. It started a crack of lightning hit, bro, and this fucking sky opened up and we were getting poured on. I mean, instantly soaked. We grabbed our bikes. He's like, oh shit, my mom's gonna be pissed. And we all jumped on our bikes, and he's like right in front of me, a little bit to the left. And as we're standing up, going down this hill, and he's standing up on his bike, and he's like, pedaling his ass off, and his fucking handle grip. Them big wide handle grips that you slide on the end of your bike.
Yeah.
His handle grip came off, bro. His left hand, and he pushed his right hand and fucking endoed that bike all the way down the hill, screaming. Oh, he was a
Endo
fucking.
ran.
Oh yeah, he flipped him right because he just as soon as that thing flew off, he had his right hand on the front, on the handlebars, and he went to step at the same time, and all of his weight, spun that tire, and he lost it.
Man.
And then I'm like slowing down, trying to I couldn't really help him, I'm got my feet on the ground, I'm hitting the handbrakes, and he's just screaming, sliding down that hill. We're getting fucking rained on, we're all muddy. Oh, it was a mess. Yeah, I bet his bike wreck took almost a whole minute for it to get over with.
That's a bike wreck.
Oh yeah, he's screaming. Some dude came down the hill on a little truck and saw it. He was behind us, and he picked Bobby was my buddy. He picked Bob up and put him in the front seat, and we threw Bob's bike in the back, and he took him to the cabin. And me and Seth, we just kept riding our bikes, and man, he got his ass chewed out. We didn't get to leave the cabin for the next 3 days. It was crazy. Good times, though. He never dropped that handle grip the whole time on his left hand.
My last bike wreck was like 10 years ago, and I was at a campground, and I had a 10-speed, and I had one of these. Have you ever seen the trailer you can put behind it? And it's got two wheels, because we had a little dog and, toting shit around. It's a trailer that goes to your bicycle. I was hauling ass through the campground and kind of forgot that the trailer was back there. So the wheels are sticking out like this, and one of the wheels hit a shed. And I mean, everything, the bike, the trailer, everything stopped like right now. I went over the handlebars, and thank God, I guess I've been in so many wrecks, I knew to roll. So it's like the back of my shoulders are what actually hit, and I rolled and just kind of came out of it. It had a couple of scratches, and that was it, man. I was so lucky on that shit.
Damn.
Because when you get to be in your 50s, man, shit breaks a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
When you're oh, it does.
Yeah.
And it takes longer to heal too.
Yeah, it takes longer to heal. I'm still trying to get this collarbone straightened out, but it still messes with me. That's been months ago.
I hear you. I'm still trying to walk right after my accident.
That's what the lady
Yeah.
told me in the in the surgery room and shit. When I fucked myself up on that 4-wheeler, she said, "You know what we call people who drive ATVs and motorcycles?" I go, "What?" She said, "Organ donors."
Organ donors. I know.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I was like,
I hear that
"Ugh."
crap
And
all the
dude, I
time.
already died twice in the ambulance and shit, you know. And she said that to me. I'm like, man, keep me alive. I didn't want to die for some reason. I don't know. I was so scared.
Yeah.
Feeling like you're gonna die at any moment is fucking scary when you know
Yeah,
it.
they're already looking at your eyeballs and your kidneys and your liver
Oh yeah,
and
and it's
heart
like,
and all
man,
that
what?
shit.
Right? Do we keep this big
Mm.
fucker alive, or do we just let him go and get paid? You know, they fucking saved me. I don't know. It was wild. That's why I
Well,
had
guys,
PTSD bad after it because I kept thinking, you know, I kept having bad dreams and thinking that they were gonna try to fucking kill me, and oh, it was a mess, dude.
You know,
I'm
some
good
of that's
now, though.
kind of messed up because my brother's wife died like 2 months ago. And I mean, they
Clearly,
live
they
out in the
can't listen.
boonies. She was dead for like 30 minutes before the EMTs got there. I mean, dead. And they somehow or another brought her back. And they should have just left her alone because she went through about 3 more days of just, I mean, she was
Vegetative.
alive, but she couldn't speak or, you know, she wasn't
Yeah.
conscious. It was just a big load of shit. They should have just let her go because all she did was suffer for another 3 days. So,
Top
guys,
Spin's
I
still
gotta
on it
head
in the
out.
chat.
Sailing, I appreciate you showing up, man. Good to see you.
Not a problem. I've
See
been
you, Sailor.
seeing some of you guys.
Okay.
Top
So
Spin,
I
jump up
recognize
here.
some
You got a
people
lot
in
to
here,
say,
so I
buddy.
kind of miss seeing you.
He said nothing is more dangerous than a person who blames
Yeah.
alcohol for crime.
Have a good night, Sailing.
Sailing, I
Sailing?
am
Take
glad
it
to
easy.
see that you're healing up. You were in pretty bad shape when I met you.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful
Yeah.
for you, man. It's, you know, hang in there. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, well, I will say this: the hardest part so far, after being able to walk and going back to work, right now that I'm dealing with is the cold with all this steel in my leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, that's
It's got to be tough.
Same, dude. I fucking sympathize with you, bro. I'm the same.
miserable.
I don't go outside. It's 17 degrees right now where I'm at. Matter of fact, my kid's school just called and it's canceled
Wow.
because of
Either
snow.
way, see you guys later. Nice talking to you all again.
But yeah, when I go
Later.
Have a
outside,
good
just
night,
like you
brother.
said, the metal plates in my ribs, dude, I can feel it getting colder. And
Yeah.
when you come back inside, it's weird because it's like you're starting to warm up, but they stay cold for some reason
Yeah,
a
they're
little longer.
yeah.
Well, 1 out of 50 people, because there's 40 people here, and the panels was that 5 people up here. We all heard something differently. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, man. I don't like trolls. I don't even know if maybe that's not the actual Top Spin. It's not that hard to clone a freaking name. But if it is, well, whatever. Come up here and talk about it then. Don't sit there and chat and try to completely disrespect the whole panel for whatever reason. I mean, if you go through the chat, he's like, oh, well, they're just like Pelosi. That's the dangerous thing. They're all blaming objects and not people. Not what we said.
Nope.
Not at all.
That's not what I was thinking anyway, but I didn't want to answer Moonchild because I respect Moonchild. And
Oh, yeah, for
way,
sure.
way up there, she was talking about people being held responsible or being responsible for their own actions. And I agree with that completely, Moonchild, except in the case where people aren't taught they're not taught the way they ought to be living. Miss Bullfrog, good morning.
Well, I
Yep.
think they should still. I think they should still suffer the consequence. I don't think either one of us is saying that.
They
See,
should
and I think
certainly
that's what
suffer
they're
the
talking about.
consequences. You
Yeah,
don't, you
we're
don't
gonna fix it.
blame the
We
parents
gotta.
and turn the kid loose, but you do have to hold those parents accountable as well.
Exactly.
For
And if
sure.
that means locking the whole damn family up, go for it.
Yep. That's what I always said.
Never saying
Yeah.
I'm talking down on people. I said don't go over to Lee Burger's channel. That's it. What is it? A full freaking moon tonight?
I know,
When the
right?
hell is the last
I
time
know.
I've been disrespectful to people?
Everybody's
I
a
may
little
sound like an
defensive.
asshole, but I'm very much respectful to anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
go out
You
of my
are.
way to be respectful.
You are.
Hey, I'm out of here myself. I'm going to go to bed. It's good talking to you guys. Thanks for letting me hang out with you.
Take
Tom,
it easy,
Jesse,
bro.
brother. Thank
Take
you
it
for
easy.
Big
coming up
Cat,
here, man. Good to see
good
you.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
the
Two
guitar
Looking
player,
good,
Yorga.
Yorga.
Hey,
I really
guys.
put on some 43 megahertz music and just chill out to that when you lay down.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And
I
vibe.
See you
really
guys
enjoyed
next
your
time.
guitar work earlier, Yorga.
Oh, shoot. That was nothing, man.
That was all right, though, man.
Okay.
I tell
Well,
you
thank
what,
you.
real quick,
Okay.
I can't play an instrument, but I did run a soundboard for a band.
There you go.
And their joke was Tom can't make music, but he can make it sound good.
Awesome.
And a good sound man is hard to find. Let me tell
True.
you.
It's
Yeah,
true.
they are.
We had a lot of fun back then. But yeah, man.
Hey, I'll say this about that before I leave. There's lots of people I know, lots of people that kind of like when I was a kid, I said I sucked at everything until I found guitar. Well, there's a lot of people that want to be in a band. So they'll start off with, I want to be a guitar player or a singer. Then they learn they suck at that. So, okay, I'm going to be a bass player. I suck at that too. All right, I'm going to be a drummer. No, you can't do it. You know what they do? They go out and buy PA and stuff, and I'm the sound man.
There
So
you go.
when you're in a band and you've got another guy that's got all that equipment, you know, guitar players don't buy that shit, you know, and drummers don't either. So you end up stuck with this guy who's got the equipment, but he doesn't know what he's doing with it. So that happens a lot, man. And you're stuck with that guy because, you know, that's how Ozzy got in Black Sabbath. He sucked, and his old man bought a PA, and the band didn't have a PA, so they had to take it. That's true.
That's
That's
great.
true, man.
Yo,
still
symbiotic
sucks.
relationship.
Yeah. All right. On that note,
Good
I'm
night,
going
brother.
to bed.
We'll
Have
see
a
you
You
good
guys
soon.
night.
later.
Take it easy.
See you next
All right.
time.
Take care.
Have a good night, brother.
That's funny. It's true though. Nothing beats a good sound man. We got a good one for the band down here. Him and his wife do it together actually, but they're amazing. Makes a huge difference when you've got a good one.
I had fun doing that.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna have to beat it too because I got orders I gotta fill. Gotta get my day going here. I have to run over to the shop today, unfortunately.
Well, thank you for coming too, and coming early enough that we actually got to talk to you a little bit. That's great.
Yeah, it's nice. I like waking up like this.
Have
Yeah.
yourself a good day.
Good night,
You too,
Nikki.
Tom. I love you guys. Good night.
Stay
I'll still be
safe.
in chat. I'm just
Oh,
sitting
good
here
night,
making
Nikki.
packages, you know. So I'll be in
Right on.
chat.
All
Love
right.
you. Good night.
See you later.
All right.
Or a good day. Bye.
Hey, Moonchild, we learn. We do.
And then there
you
was
know?
3.
Yeah, heard that. Hey, I was far from being the best kid in the world either, you know, but thank God I never ruined anybody's life. And man,
Yeah, Native comes on at 3:30.
It's all right.
6:30.
6:30
I like
by
that
time.
guy. Appreciate you turning me on to him.
Well, the real time, which would be 3:30.
Oh, okay. Forgive me. Oh.
In
Yeah.
25 minutes.
I
That's
really like
3:30
that
and
guy.
3:30 in Chaz and Chop.
That's great.
Sidney Poitier's cause of death has been determined to be more than a week after his passing. The legendary actor died on January 6th from a combination of heart failure, Alzheimer's dementia, and prostate cancer, according to a death certificate.
Okay.
He was 94. I wonder if he had the slippity slap on his sleeve there to roll up his sleever.
There.
Oh, I don't know, but 94.
Since we don't like freedom,
Bullfrog,
Topspin,
Miss
there you go.
Bullfrog. Huh? What'd you say,
Nothing.
Gato?
I told Topspin, since we don't like fucking freedom, don't fucking talk about my freedom. Sorry there, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, top
Being a
spin.
fucking asshole.
That's wrong. You're not in the minority.
Fucking tell me I ain't got freedom.
We all love our
We're
freedom.
not fucking communists here, dude.
And some of us are even
What's
willing
his
to die
beef
for it,
and
man.
shit? What is your deal, dude? What are you pissed off
I don't.
about?
He's never usually like this. I don't think it's the actual top.
What is it?
It'd be pretty easy to just clone the shit.
This is the Michigan Wolverine right here, Tom. That's the pound for pound the baddest animal on the planet.
Yeah. Look at them teeth too.
Take on a fucking bear, take on anything. It gives no fucks.
Yeah, and I agree, Moonchild, because if I didn't have my natural instincts, I would have been in a whole lot of trouble. We do have our own natural instincts, most definitely. We got our own compass. It's built into us as human beings. I 100% agree.
And that's what Corey was talking about earlier this evening. The word of God being inside you. Yeah.
100% agree, Hurricane, and good to see you tonight. We all have our own freedoms, but I'm not into that communistic shit of, well, you guys know what I'm saying.
Hurricane. Good to see you.
It's a weird evening, man.
She says, step at me. I like that. Step at me, son.
Yeah.
Well, 1A earlier, you said you kept yours tucked in a little compartment in between the seats. I keep mine right by the nuts, bro.
What's this?
His 2A. It was way long time ago. It was in the chat.
Oh,
they were talking about when they're in the car, how they have it. And he said his is in the council. I keep mine right on my nutsack.
Well, and you're good, Moonchild. We can tell the difference.
In the back seat, in the back passenger seat, there's that flap where you put like
maps
extra napkins and maps and shit.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my burner, the Uzi.
I ain't got nothing.
I mean, they're replicas, but it's still cool to hold them. Right around with them.
I don't play that whole boating accident shit neither. I ain't got nothing. Guess what? Because it ain't none of your fucking business. That's my freedom to tell you.
Who was the best life said he lost his boat in a terrible shooting accident. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't normally discuss snowballs and stuff like that. Oh.
Right? Because it ain't, I mean,
yeah.
I think it takes a big part of your security away. You know what I mean? Like, you want somebody to just be surprised. That's why I wouldn't walk around, open carry. I believe anybody should be able to do it. You can do whatever the hell you want. That's your right.
Yeah.
But, and I agree, Garrett. I agree. It's all good until somebody, questions my patriotism. We'll just say it like that. You ain't got the freedom to trample on who the fuck I am as an American. Sorry. I'm usually not an asshole to people. I promise, Tom. I'd rather make you smile.
If we didn't care about freedom and shit, Topspin, you probably would have been booted out for having a difference of opinion.
Right?
We don't care. We can sit in here and troll.
It's just out of context.
It's all good, baby. I'm gonna keep hitting this bowl anyway. Matter of fact, I gotta pack it up right now.
Well, that's the crazy thing within like chat and panel. You could tell who's like real drunk or in a bad mood or had a bad day, and they just get on here and want to vent out. Like Moonchild, she's venting out. We know Moonchild pretty well, so we know she's just venting out. She ain't attacking nobody. She's just venting. We're all allowed to do that. We're all adults. You know what I mean? We're able to take certain things, but I don't know. But no, I agree with the whole 2A, man. The 1A and the 2A. Those are the most important. I mean, they're all important, but I like to keep them to myself.
Yeah, like my grandmother would have said, we don't talk about that, honey. It ain't necessary.
Right?
I
think we can all know and have common.
What might that crazy old man do? So it's all good.
Just like they're doing to us, man. They want the chaotic factor. You know what I mean? They want the chaotic. You don't know, so then you don't have to use the 2A. If you don't know what I got and you're scared to come at me because you don't know what I got, I might not have to use what I got. That's a win-win for both of us.
Exactly.
We know Topspin is good peeps, Huck. That's why it kind of threw us for a loop. I'm under the impression that might not actually be him because I've watched myself in chat while I'm not even there. You get my drift?
Hey, Topspin, let me clear a little something up here. Give me just a second
please,
here.
and then fucking boot him because that is fucking disrespectful, man. Sorry,
I
Phil.
number one, I invited you up. You say your mic doesn't work. You could try. I'm not trying to carry anybody's torch, son. I was running streams before I ever met Ron. And if I'm falling short, hey, go home.
31 million other YouTube channels you can go scope out, bro.
Yeah. So anyway,
You can find a whole nother community of
Um,
people that think just like you. Just a
I don't
thought.
mind taking valid criticism any day of the week. I've been criticized my whole life. And I either answer it or I consider it. But, you know, that was an unnecessary political remark. I'm not trying to carry anybody's torch. I'm carrying Tom's torch.
Yeah. A lot of things happened over there that didn't happen here, and vice versa. He's got absolutely nothing to do with it. You're trying to pull the emotional card and get people to react. That's all your whole chat has been about, is you're trying to get us to react. Because you're in a bad mood, you got to try to get the panel in a bad mood for some weird reason. I don't know.
And this
I don't
never.
think it's the actual top spin that we know.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
real easy to clone his name, was my point.
well, the thing is everybody knows that if you want to say carrying on the torch, you would be in Jeremy's chat and with Zach, because
Yeah.
they're the dudes that really pushed it and wanted to do. Tom's doing his own thing, so chill the fuck out. I'm talking about Tom.
No, thank you. It's all right. It really is all right. Well, thank you, sir. And, you know, one of these days, get your mic fixed and come on up and we'll go back and forth and, you know, really get to understand how each other thinks.
Well, if that's him.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, he was over in my chat the other day. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? And it was Topspin. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying his name would be perfectly able. That's all.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't care. It don't bother me.
Now, my question I was going to ask you, do you got any idea what part of South Carolina, what's his name? Damn it. Come on, the guy that's coming on and
you're talking about Native Voice. Yeah, Native Voice.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where he is over there. I know him and Ghost Prepper are not too far from each other.
Okay.
I don't exactly know where he is. He's talking about World War III is inevitable, but it's not what we think. And then I think he's got who was that, General Patton on the front of it? I don't know. He always puts some satire to keep it kind of light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where it's not just fear mongering and all that. He likes to keep it light. And he likes to have valid conversations, which I love about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the guy's personality. When I first, you know, the first few minutes I was watching him, and then he mentioned being from South Carolina. Of course, I got some very special people in South Carolina. So,
Native used to be a school teacher. He quit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably a good one.
Yeah.
So did Ghost. Ghost used to teach school too.
Yeah.
Shit. Or still does. I don't know.
And Native was a soldier too. He was.
Native's
he
good
came
people,
from humble
man.
beginnings, soldier. I mean, you know.
Topspin, I never timed
Most
you
definitely.
out, and I would hope nobody else did.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
I did. For 5 minutes or for 300 seconds. So I apologize if I did, and that wasn't up to you, but I didn't boot him or nothing.
Yeah.
I got a little butt hurt. I got butt hurt. I don't like to be called communist. Apologies. I'm not going to hide from it or shy from it. I did do it. He was saying we didn't believe in freedom, so I was making a point like, here, this is not freedom, and then I clicked the timeout button. I was like, if I didn't believe in it, then here you go, type of thing. It was more or less like, you know, I don't like arguing with people online, Tom, because, you know, if I'm mad at you, I want to punch you. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be right here. It's a waste of energy. Yeah, it's a waste of energy to do it online because you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, debates are good. I like arguing, debating, stuff like that. That's good. But if it goes down to name calling and stuff like that, then it's just point. You're just trying to aggravate people.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. If you got a grievance to to bring it up. We'll all talk about it.
Yeah.
I just leave. You know, if I can't relate to what's going on,
Yeah.
there's no point in me staying there. You know.
Right, right.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it like this, Top Spin. If I was out of line for doing that, and you were actually, if I took what you were saying out of context, just like we know you were taking what we said out of context, then I apologize, most definitely. If that's what you meant, just in general, then hey, I apologize for doing that, most definitely. So that's why it's hard with chat. There's no tone. There's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
you can't
takes,
detect
I think
sarcasm or
chatting,
feelings or anything. It's just words.
yeah, I think chatting and texting has been like a thorn in humanity's freaking side, man.
I wonder how many good relationships
Exactly.
texting has broken up. You know.
Oh,
say
man.
that again,
Oh,
Tom. I'm sorry.
it had to be in the.
I was just saying. I wonder
Billions.
how many good relationships texting has broken up.
Oh,
Because
thousands,
you
bro,
can't
millions,
wink, you
probably.
can't raise an eyebrow, you can't express yourself with text.
Well, that and there's always that back door motherfuckers sliding in on people, and people start cheating, and the
Well,
internet and social media's destroyed us.
yeah,
Destroyed the family unit in the most, pretty much.
the options that have been presented to us that a lot of us may not know how to handle.
Right, Stars Prepper.
Um,
You cannot tell emotions from texting
Yeah,
or sarcasm, because I'm real sarcastic, man. I'll say shit all the time, and people be like, "Damn, this dude's a dick." But you don't know that when I'm not talking to you.
yeah, we've all got different opinions, and I'm totally into full expression, and I will invite
Hell
anybody
yeah.
to come up and talk so that we can have a real conversation. And all I can do is extend the invitation. So I think we're all good.
So the video I made that got took down said it was because I was giving them medical disinformation, but everything I used in the video was just clips from regular news. It was people in the news talking about about the vitamin shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have been the way I spliced in clips of athletes falling out on the field and shit.
Yeah,
But
why? Come on up, man. Yeah.
I never
so many
nothing
people
was
have been-
negative about it. I wasn't trying to flip people. I wasn't saying it was bad for you. I didn't say nothing. And all the words that came were from the news, the regular news. And it was kind of like supporting it. But it was so sarcastic the way I put it together. The fucking algorithm must have figured it out or something. I don't know.
A lot of
I'm
people.
pissed.
At the end of the day, it's a private business, man.
Yeah, but I'm pissed though, bro. You know what? You know
Unfortunately.
why? Not because I put like 6.5 hours into it, but it's hard for me, like to get. I get writer's block or whatever for a few days, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like when the song comes together with the title, with the idea, and then with the, with the current event, and I had something I haven't done before, then I sit up all night and make the video and put it out, and when 90 people watch it, there's like 25, 30 comments. And I go back and look at it, and I got an email, and the motherfuckers took it down, gave me a strike. And I'm like, I still have the video. It's in my file, but I didn't make it for me. I made it for everybody to witness, It's a good-ass video, too. It's pretty...
Well, I wonder if we can do it a different way, chap. I wonder if you can send it to me and I could post it on my channel and see what happens. I mean, I'll do it per Big Chap. I mean, it'd be your video.
Look at my videos, Ghetto and Big Chap. Look at my videos. A lot of them they would deem as medical disinformation, but for some reason, all it has to do with the size of your channel. That's it. No.
Dude, I only have like 800 and some subs, 830, I think, 45.
I know, but once you reach like that 500, that mark of 500 subs, it's like YouTube just goes, okay, he's getting a little too big for his britches, so we got to spank him a little bit.
Huh?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. They need to leave
If
me the
you're under
fuck alone.
that,
I
then
ain't
really
trying to.
you're not really helping many people. You're helping people, but what I mean is in their eyes, you're like, okay, he's just a low level YouTuber. You know what I mean? And you see that with all types of YouTubers, they start getting more momentum, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
You know, I
Sorry,
was doing a
community
stream
guidelines.
a
The
week
move,
or two ago,
the
and it wasn't
title
even.
was. Oh, go ahead, Tom. I'm
No, you
sorry.
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh, the title is "They Live" 2022, and then I put the song "Zombie" in the background.
Well, that's probably why. It got,
Zombie.
No,
that's
dude,
probably
that's
why
not
it
why.
got.
Because if you look at my channel, all my videos have regular. It's just fair use. It's like I'm recreating something using that, and
Yeah,
I don't get monetized for it. I'm not trying to get monetized for it. I'm just doing it because they look cool. You know,
All right.
trying to
I've
trying
noticed.
to tell a little story, or I don't know. I'm pissed that they took it
I've
down. I
noticed
also
when
care about the strike, but
what's up, Ghetto?
I've I've noticed when I added the music, Big Chap, when I beats and everything out. So like I got my ghetto songs and stuff like that. Not the ones I play for my live streams, but other ones. They don't do the copyright claims. You want to get the remixed ones and the stuff that the AI can't pick up on, and then you won't get the. But if they took it down for other reasons, I'd love to figure that out. See, I
dude,
want because
I had a 12-second clip of this soccer guy from I think it was Italy, and he's got his hand on his chest, and and he's turned around and it said his jersey like Barrientini or whatever it was. And
Mhm.
because of that clip was in my video, when I looked at all, because I got hit for the song, I got hit for the clips from They Live, and then that video popped up, that 12-second clip of him patting his chest and looking at the coach. They took that part and flagged it and said that this video will not be shown to 89% of my my viewer audience.
Oh, because of the countries, right? Because it
I
was
don't
a
know. No, but
copyright.
85% of mine is like US. So, and they said
Yeah.
they would clip it out for me, but I just took the whole video down, went back to my system, re-edited that part of the video, put it back up, and then it wasn't shadow banned, but it still was it still had the hit for the song and shit. But I don't care about that. Like I
Yeah,
said,
but probably with the soccer player was probably because in Africa and the in London and all that, that was copyrighted material. Over there, they are completely censored. You know
huh?
the cinema HD that I pump out to everybody, all the free shit that I pump out to everybody, it's legal in the United States. But if you're in the UK or South Africa or Switzerland or whatever, you have to have an IP, like IP Vanish and a VPN. You have to have stuff like that to even be able to watch any of these free things because they monitor all of their internet. They monitor all the copywritten stuff. They have it down to a freaking science over there. So that's probably why
Oh,
they
they
did that
block
with the
everything
soccer
in
player or
foreign.
whatever.
That they
Yeah,
block
they
everything.
block everything over in other countries.
Yeah,
Ghetto.
they're censoring a lot of people, Garrett. It's
Hmm.
crazy.
Yes,
I
sir,
know I'm
Mr.
not the
Tom.
only one.
You remember the other night we were doing that stream, and you guys were posting those videos of that volcano.
Yes, sir.
I
Remember that?
got a copyright notice on that from Facebook.
Wow.
Oh,
Do you think maybe one of
Maybe
the
all
clips
because
that
it
was
was
being
from the
shown in the
news.
video?
Couldn't hear either one of you.
Go ahead, Ghetto. I'm sorry.
Probably because it was from a news source.
I don't.
Because
Well,
the
they
ones that
mentioned
Monty
some
got
guy's
it
name.
from, the one that Monty got it from was CNN, and I think CBS was the ones, and that was in their new rules that we weren't supposed to copy like news articles and stuff that these big corporations are posting. We're not able to restream them at all. All
Well,
about protecting them. So
They
I'm
can
wondering if
restream
it's
all
that.
of us and everything we say or do.
this didn't seem to be that big a deal because they gave me a choice to either remove the video or acknowledge the copyright.
Oh, if it's just a copyright, then yeah, it's fine. You just acknowledge it, and then you can't get
And
monetized for it or whatnot. Yeah.
Do you think I should appeal this and just tell them you guys are fucking just write a big old thing on it? I haven't done anything with it yet. I just said, whatever.
what
I don't
does
see
it
why
cost
not.
to
It's
appeal
only
it?
1 week because I had a strike a while back, but they fall off after 90 days. But if you get 3
Well,
within 90 days, your whole thing's whacked, gone.
I've never had a strike, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is my
I'm not
second
sure.
one, so I can't post anything like how I put them pictures and shit in my community
Yeah, how'd
tab.
you get that anyways? How many
I
people
got
does
it.
it
It
take
just
to get
came up
that?
one day when I asked a little bit over 500 viewers, and I got it. I
It's
was like,
500,
sweet.
So it
500
must be
subscribers.
500. I'm almost there then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
500
I'm
gets you
almost
the
there.
community
I
tab.
hit 400 yesterday.
that's pretty cool because I can get a pretty good message out there too, and not have to sit and
Yeah,
make a
that's
long
what I'm
video.
about. I
But
finally
man,
got to 400, Tom.
they said in my email, it said YouTube doesn't allow claims about VidCo 19 slaps that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the World Health Organization, WHO. And like I said, everything that I put on there was videos that the news was saying. It was like their own shit.
Yeah,
How the
that's
fuck
the
are they gonna
irony of
strike
it
me?
all.
Yeah,
It is.
it was just because of the sarcasm in the video, and that's what they say I got took down for.
Bro, I'm gonna get a lot of my videos eventually
Fucking
striked, and
dicks.
that's
I'm
fine
pissed
because
about it.
I don't care about monetization. I don't care about the money. I like the connection with people and being able to push information out there. So if I get struck down, it's fine. I'll start another channel. Yeah, will it be a nuisance and I'll have to, work hard to get back my subscribers, and my viewers? Absolutely. But that's part of the process. That's part of fighting for rights is you're going to get knocked down over and over again, and you got to stand up and keep fighting.
Yep.
So that shit don't bother me.
Hawk's perfect example of that, man.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
hey, Bug Out. Bug
there's a
Out, we'll
lot of
get you to 500 next couple days, man. No reason why you shouldn't have more subscribers. We'll get you
I
there.
should get an extra channel too, but I don't. I mean, I got some shit I put on Odyssey, but I don't even really go over there. That fucking lag's too bad.
Bro,
Can't even
Odyssey
watch
and Rumble
videos.
though are
The
turning into
grassroots.
bullshit.
Yeah,
They're already starting to change like other social media
I
platforms.
haven't even checked my Odyssey, bro, in like 3 months.
Everything
The
becomes
grassroots social media. So that's why it's so important to put stuff on here, is because that's where everybody goes to. It's already automatically in your phone when you buy
Right?
your phone.
Everybody knows that the mainstream news is bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you come here, you at least get the real local news from whatever people could tell you. Hey, man, my shit's fucked up over here.
You
If
know?
we had one of my homeboys from Flint up here, he could tell us some crazy stories. Starting with the water, you know what I mean? It's just it's basically what we are is a bunch of little local newses.
That's
Like if
hey,
you
I
just
got a
like
question for
it's
you.
17 degrees here, my kid. I mean, then it's real shit. It ain't scripted.
You want to know how I know that politicians and people in power don't give a shit about this country? And it was a realization, long time ago, years ago, is the fact that you have a city in a state, a big state, lots of people there, but yet they're still fighting and protesting for clean water. This is fucking the United States of America. Somebody should have stepped in a long time ago and been like, hey, we got to fix this. We don't care what the mayor says. We don't care what your governor says. We're the government. We're going to help the people. And they've yet to even try. They're like, we're going to send in a bunch of, truckloads of bottled water. And then half of the truckloads of bottled water sit out there and expired.
But the EPA didn't hesitate to go in there and collect millions of dollars in fines. They just didn't help.
That's
So what are they there for?
That's the most scariest statement in the world, 1A, that you just said. I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah, no. But what I'm trying to say is if you have that type of power as a government entity, you're
They don't
supposed to
give a fuck about us, bro. That's what they want to.
we're
They're trying to
America.
kill us.
That's how it should be, but it hasn't been that way in a very long time. So yes, it is scary when a government agent tells you, "Hey, we're here to help." We know if you're going to get involved, you're going to fuck it all up, just like you always do.
Worse than it was, no doubt.
I agree,
Yeah.
Big Jack. I said that the wrong way. That made me sound a little out
Oh
there.
no, you good. You good. You're right. You're right.
Hey, Tom.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
are you in it for the long haul? Be on
No,
for a
not
while
really.
longer?
I was going to talk to 1A a little bit, but I do see Native Voices on, and it won't hurt me a bit because the guy's well worth
Everybody go
watching.
over there and crash. They should post a link, and
Uh,
we all go over there and crash Native.
Yeah, I'll
What
get
on
up
the
What
later
can
and
we
watch
put?
the replay.
Let's put a
Yeah,
let's put something in the
chat? Let
chat
the man speak now.
Tom,
so
we'll have
everybody
a
And
knows
I'll
we're
get
coming
up
from
later
Tom.
and watch the replay. I may drop by and just say hi to the man just because I'd like to get acquainted with him, but I ain't going to watch his show. But
That's why I was asking. No, I'm still rolling with you. I got no problem with that.
all right,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
watch it. I'm
I
gonna watch
thought
this
you were
later too.
I thought you were shutting it down before, and I just didn't think you seen what time it was. But no, do your thing. Yeah, I'm still here.
yeah,
I
1A
can do
wanted
both.
to talk to me a little bit, so I'm just hanging out.
I
what I
got
wanted.
multiple screens. I'm good.
Damn, I got 4 screens. You know, hell yeah.
4.
Yep.
No, I was
I
just
got
saying, Billy,
2
that's a song.
phones.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
If I
Well,
had more than one stream up, I would not be able to pay attention to either one of them.
all right.
I'm not paying attention to you, so I'm just kidding.
No,
That's
I got.
age, man.
This is I would needed advice from anybody up here. Whoever, wants to give me advice. I was seeking Tom, but if anybody has something else that, of their knowledge and want to spit something to me, I'm open for it. You see Tom, I have a channel and I do live streams. You've been there, but you've seen that the bullshit that comes to my channel.
You gotta
And
get
it's
some
I
because
knowledge,
of
saw a
bro.
little bit, yeah.
it's one particular person, and because they have beef with a whole nother side. So if he shows up, and I try to do it 100% free speech, right? Because I want, even if I disagree with you and I don't like you, I still want to hear your point of view. But it can't get past that point, because then there is no conversation, and I'm just going to think of what I'm looking for advice, but what I think is the best, tell me if I'm wrong, but the best option to take is tell him, hey man, when you come up here, you bring 30 trolls with you. And it just destroys my chat. I think you're a good person. You're just lost, and I'm trying to help you. But for right now, if you want to contact me personally, I'd be glad to give you advice and talk to you. But I can't have you up on my panel anymore because I had a 5-hour stream earlier. I had 5 people up one time, and for 4 hours straight, we had a great conversation. We talked about everything underneath the sun. So I guess I'm just going to have to kick him, and just be like, hey man, come back when you're done with all your personal bullshit.
Yeah, man.
But he's
You
gonna
block
beef
him
with
from the
you, or
studio.
what your message is.
Say it again, Big Chat.
Does he have a beef with you in particularly, or just what your
No,
channel's about?
he has a beef with somebody else who is a troll, like a troll farm, and anywhere he goes, they follow. And so, and I don't have beef with either of them. But if he shows up, then they're going to show up, and it's just insult after insult, personal attacks, and that's not what my channel is about. But I
Right,
also
right.
want free speech, so you have to find that silver lining between free speech and then monitoring what people say.
Well, let me throw this out at you, man. People that come on your channel, and I saw that incident one day. It was 2 guys. And I mean, they even left and came back and stir up all that shit. They got no respect for you or your channel. And you don't need that shit. There are people around, and a couple of them, I hope they don't come on mine. And I don't know what I'm going to do if they do, but if they get out of line, I'm not going to let it go on because I don't want attention being taken away from the legitimate shit that's being discussed here. If it's legitimate,
I would say right now for you, Tom, if anybody comes at anybody's channel in this community, I'll delete my fucking channel. I'll start a new one and start over because I'm not going to allow some other assholes to affect the people that I care about and I like to associate with.
Why would you delete your channel?
Because if they follow, say, if they keep coming to my channel, these trolls will follow me around. Do they do it now? No, because it's 2 different communities. One's the First Amendment community, one's the prepping community. I like the prepping community. I love you guys. I love the conversations we have. It's like every time we meet up somewhere, it's like the family getting together, or the boys getting together, or the girls, you know what I'm saying, and just speaking our mind and just like in a friendly manner. So
Can I ask a question?
yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna read it. Bug out asked the same one. Who is it? I want to know. It's the internet, bro. Put him on blast. You know,
Wolverine Transparency.
never heard of the dude.
I didn't
But to
remember
be
his
honest,
name
I
either.
just subbed to your account too, because somebody dropped in the link. I never knew you had one.
Yeah, I deleted that live from
If it,
earlier. I'm not gonna put that shit up there
hey,
with people.
one if it's somebody that's bringing problems to your panel,
Yeah, that's weird. You know.
you just ban them from the studio. I got 4 people banned from my studio, and they're regular people that we see every day in chat. But
Damn.
guess what? I'm not ruining my channel just because they want to come up there and sit and make me uncomfortable. That's my
Absolutely.
channel. It's just like it's my house. You're not gonna
So
come into my house and make me feel uncomfortable.
No,
You know what
until
I
you
mean?
get the
Now, if
fuck
they're
out,
in
right?
chat, yes. Now, if they're in chat, then you can question on if you should boot them or hide them, because then that it does mess with the 1A. You know what I mean? You don't want to do it out of emotions like I just did with Topspin. You know, I regretted that. I said sorry. That you're taking somebody's 1A away. But if you're inviting them into your house to be a part of your channel, then you have a responsibility to the people in your chat to not cause, that's why I'm real anal about the sound issue and stuff like that, because you're here to listen. You don't want to hear anything extra.
You got to have some type of
Does that make sense?
professionalism about what you're doing.
You do. You
is
do.
this
I got 4 people in my band studio part on StreamYard, straight up.
one? Is
I got
this
no problem.
is this dude on your panel, or is he causing shit in the chat?
Now he's came on my panel twice, and see the thing is that the first time he was arguing, the second time he came up and he was quiet. Not quiet, but he had things to say, but he wasn't being rude. He was being respectful. But it doesn't matter. There's such a beef between him and other people that it doesn't matter if he changed his whole life and became a great person. They're still going to follow him around. And
Huh.
I don't want that heat because I don't have any dog in that fight. You know what I mean?
Right,
I don't
right.
need your
Well, all
personal
I can
shit
say is
touching me
address it,
personally.
bro. When you're it's your show, when you're sitting there, if you have to fucking mute everybody and be like, look, I have an issue right now that's got to stop. Whatever your problem is with all these people, fucking do it. Just put everything on blast. Say, I don't like this.
I have a problem of being a
Yeah.
good person, bro, and I give everybody a chance, and
Oh, yeah, for
that's
sure.
where I need to just I need to find a middle ground there and be like, just because I have a big heart doesn't mean I have to let people trample on me.
George Bush W said it the best. You fooled me once. You fooled twice. You ain't gonna fool me again, basically. So don't let them fool you again, bro. Once it's you know what they're gonna be like. Don't pull the W on them and shit. Man, what about when they threw them shoes at W? How fucking quick he ducked them and shit. You remember that? That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get that shit no more. That dude took off 2 shoes. Where was the where was the security guards? Why didn't they fucking tackle his ass and shit? But old W was ducking, boy. Look that video up and shit.
That was funny as hell. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back. That was funny as shit.
But no, man, I haven't been confronted with that yet, and I'm not really quite sure how I'm going to handle it. I have an idea that I'm not going to let it go far at all. Now, what you're saying that these 20 or so people are following this dude to give him a hard time?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, shit.
And then if I'm guilty by association, after if I allow him, you see what I'm saying? It's like how the internet works. It doesn't matter what you say or do. If somebody sees you with somebody else, they're gonna boop. Like they're in the same boat.
Well, if it's one of the guys I was watching the other day, you don't need either one of those dudes on there. And if they're causing you trouble in any way, if they're bringing trouble to your house, they got to go. That's my opinion. You know, some guy comes into my front door, even if I like him, there's a bunch of Nimrods following him that want to cause trouble. I'm going to tell him, hey, man, I'm sorry, but you got to get out of here. And in a setting like this, you don't even have to apologize. Just fucking ban him.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I mean, that's what you did with that one guy, though, Tom. Remember? He came up, started spewing about women. I mean, honestly, it's his 1A right to feel that way, but you didn't want him in your house. You
now I
didn't
don't
want any.
recall this, Ghetto.
Oh man, yeah. When that one guy came up and was talking about the internet and how everything's bad for us, and that's why he's out in the middle of the forest, not being tracked, and you know the guy was kind of out
Oh,
there.
that second guy. I kicked him
And
off.
then
I
this
didn't ban him. I don't know how to ban, actually.
kicked him
But
off,
I'll
but you
learn.
kicked him off the panel. Is my point. You know
I
what I
sure
mean?
did.
And so
Tommy,
that's
he
a
did
similar
that.
situation. That's what 1A's got. He's letting them come back up. You know, every
Well,
time. It's one of those things where you gotta react for your audience. You know what I mean? It's all about it's really all about your audience, unless you don't give a shit about anybody around you and you just want to get your point across, and that's all your YouTube's about.
I don't want people to think that, Ghetto, because every like
It's
80% of the people you see in this chat tonight have wrenches over on my channel, and you know they're great people, and that's how, you know. And I don't want them to ever think that I'm not giving them attention and not being there for them. That's the one thing I don't want, is the people think, oh well, you know, you know, we're here and supporting him, but the things that these people are saying we don't support, and you're sitting there, you know, letting it go on. That's the one thing I don't want people, you know, to think. It's just hard, you know, allowing everybody to have a voice,
I'd
because
ask
not
them,
everybody
man.
is respectful.
I would ask your audience then. That's what I mean, last ditch effort. You don't want to make the choice yourself, because I understand. I would ask your audience. I'd just be like, look, guys, you want me to keep them up here or not? It's up to you. Vote them off the island or keep them up here. Because when
That's a
I'm
good way
doing
to
my
put it.
lives and stuff, if it was only me, I didn't even have an audience, I'm not going to be talking about nothing. I'm not going to be doing anything. But when I get a panel, when I get 50, 60 people in the chat, whatever it is, it's all about them. I'm up there looking like a jackass because of them. And it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But,
He's like,
you know, anybody messing with your fun, dude, or your freedom. Because, I mean, there's a difference between 1A and somebody taking your 1A away, because you're not really able to speak your 1A, right? If you got somebody over here fucking just jabbing thorns in your side, you're not even able to speak how you want to feel.
nope.
So you're not even
Because
going to
they're
get your
putting you
message
in a
across in the
position.
first place. So they're double winning.
let me suggest this. The First Amendment was intended for us to be free to criticize the government. The First Amendment doesn't give somebody the right to say any damn thing they want to in a private setting. That's where people get punched in the mouth. That's not violating their First Amendment rights.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Okay. So,
100%.
you know, this man, the dudes that I was watching the other day were not talking about anything constructive. They were just sitting there calling each other's names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not civil conversation. And that's what I think these streams are all about, is civil, productive conversation.
Yeah, we're socializing, because I don't feel like going all the way to West Virginia to have a conversation with you. I'm gonna get up here and we're gonna talk. It's just,
Yeah.
we're socializing.
And if you're thinking about punching him in the mouth, a man your size ought to be ashamed of himself for thinking shit like that. So, because I'm a little old man, you know, you ain't accomplishing
Yeah,
nothing.
don't use that old card on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, he
I
beat up an
guarantee
old
you.
man. He can't afford to get in a fight with me. Ghetto can't afford to get in a fight with me because he whips my ass. Okay, you beat up an old man. He doesn't whip my ass. Ha ha! An old man beat your ass.
Yeah, it's a
So
lose-lose.
it ain't worth getting in a fight with me. It don't accomplish nothing. But
Listen, old man can hit pretty hard. Just saying.
Bug out. Do
Y'all
what
can
Bug
hit
out
pretty
said.
hard.
He said, post the pin the house rules on your channel.
There you go. Yeah, okay.
Well,
Just let
yeah,
everybody
that's
know. If
doable.
anybody
That's
violates
doable.
that, just get them out.
Yeah, man. It's sticky. I number one, I hate to hurt anybody's feelings. I really don't want to do that. But I'm not going to come in here and start running people off from this stream that, would like to stay, but they don't want to hear that shit. So it's a decision that you got to make. But that ban button, man, is that thing solves so many problems, really.
What do you guys feel like YouTube and the chats and the way we interact is causing more division in some cases than it is helping?
I don't think it's causing division. I think
I'm just saying from the fact that we have the authority to ban people and time them out, and I don't know. I'm just looking at it from the other perspective. I'm just, that's why I'm up here, is because I'm looking for advice, and I appreciate you guys giving me knowledge, and that's why, I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean?
I think it's yes and no, and the reason is because, and it's not just me, but when you're in your house and you're on your computer, you're not hanging out with the neighbors or getting to know people around you, which I probably wouldn't do anyway. But if you talking about taking away from the social, it takes away from your local social, but you're gaining social by touching and reaching out to everybody. I mean, there's 36 people watching right now. So you're gaining social, just by talking and interacting on here. I don't know, it's like a give and
Really,
take.
Tom? 36, dude? Good job.
Man,
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Tom. Good job. 36
Yeah.
of them still. Nice.
Yeah, man. Very pleased. I mean, it was up to 45 at one point, and
Hey, you're a rock star, bro.
shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are. I was just surprised just because Native was on, because the way I see it is a lot of us share. We share the same audience, because I mean, we all have eyes, so we can tell that our chats kind of stay similar. You know what I mean? They just jump from one channel to the next, and it's a lot of the same people. It makes me wonder how many bots are actually in the chat listening in. You know what I mean? When we go live and stuff like that, just in the background or whatnot. But
yeah.
Usually when Native and I'm going live, I'll lose at least half of them, or they're double dipping.
Yeah.
But
Moonchild, I do see your point, but we ain't mentioning anybody's names, and it's just situations. And, there's several of you on here got your own streams, no doubt. So, might be something you want to think about.
Yeah, I'm not up here to
Yeah, I
demonize
mean,
anybody or make anybody feel bad. I'm just up here, being honest and trying to find out a way to make things more positive. That's all.
Hey, it's a dilemma, and
but you know what, 1A, in all due respect, I think this would be the conversation perfect for your channel, on your own live stream.
Yeah.
Not saying you're not wrong by getting advice here, but I think it would be up to your audience at the end of the day, the people that you're talking to, which I still got to get over there and check you out.
How often do
There's
you
a fun
go?
thing.
How often do you go live and shit? 1A, just whenever.
I go live about 3 times a week.
During
I
the
like
evening.
to do the early morning, early afternoon stream, because I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. Everybody is a staple in this community, and I just enjoy the camaraderie, the family like atmosphere. So there's and
Yeah.
a few people will live stream during the early afternoon. Not a lot do, and I just want to give a place for people when there's not any other streams that just come and speak your mind. That's all.
That's cool. So I like doing that, bro.
That makes me happy.
But
there's days I don't even like typing in chat. I'll just sit back and listen. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, just like I had
Your next one's at 9:38 a.m.
Your mine? No, that's a old live stream that I can't get down off my damn uploads.
Oh, okay, 120.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the 22 part. Well,
I'm still
for
trying to
whatever
figure out how to
reason,
get
they
that done.
unsubscribed me from you. I guess I clicked on the link. I just figured I was subscribed and I didn't get notifications, but they unsubbed me. This is the second time actually.
Bro, they've done it to multiple people for me. With Ron's channel, they unsubscribed three times, but I was there every night. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We just got to keep pushing through and say, screw these YouTube overlords. And we got our nice little community.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's their private business. That's why it's like when they take stuff down, as much as it can piss us off, it's like, well, it's their house.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's their house.
We signed that terms.
Unless we want to build our own. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, what can we bitch about? It may not make sense. It may not be fair, but that's what we let happen.
Yep.
I just don't understand why people ain't in an uproar on the amount of power and money that these social media platforms have. We're talking about trillions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
They're the most profitable companies in mankind's history. Most profitable business. So that right there should show everybody a lot. You know what I mean? Like they have the control. And we let them because we need these outlets. We need these sources to be able to stay in contact with each other.
Damn, Tom just dipped out on us. He was like, I'm tired of y'all shit.
Right?
I'm out of here.
He seen the clock and he was like, man, fuck y'all. What the hell? I need to take my nightly Geritol.
Chick-fil-A. You guys hear about that story? It was yesterday evening it was on. It says Chick-fil-A security guard kicks out an unhoused, which means the dude's homeless, unhoused man who allegedly paid for his own food and then stood at the counter to eat it. They came in and fucking checked him out.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I call bullshit on the narrative of that story. Because I mean, obviously, I've never actually even eaten at Chick-fil-A, to be honest, and I got one probably 5 miles from my house, 10 miles from my house. But they're like one of the biggest Christian supply, you know what I mean? Stores, food chains, you know what I mean? It makes sense that they would have a narrative like that. There's got to be obviously a different story than what the news is reporting on, you know. You all right, Tom?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you just looked at the clock and you just seemed a little panicked or something, like you about to shit your pants or something. I'm
No,
like, man, this guy all right?
Need a little visit to the back porch, but it is coming up on 7 o'clock. So we'll shut this down in a few minutes. My back is breaking, man.
I appreciate you staying on this long, man.
Oh, no worries, buddy. No worries. I wish I had an answer for you, but like I said, I haven't experienced this yet, and I know I'm going to, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I have an idea, but you can't let somebody violate your own house. That's my bottom line.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say. You guys like being at home. You're not going to let somebody walk up in your house and start touching shit and disrespecting your furniture and your possessions. And
yeah,
don't pet my dog. Leave him alone. You know?
Right. Go just address it, bro. You know, you don't have to come off as a dick. Be like, listen, I have a problem, or I have a bone to pick with you, or I need to tell you something. You know, just start with an opening and then fucking let him know why you're pissed off about it. Tell him to fucking kick rocks.
It just sucks trying to be a good person, man, because you get taken advantage of. You know, you being a good person, it has its burdens. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, bro, this is YouTube. This ain't fucking real life anyway. So fuck whatever these dudes
a lot of
say,
people
you know?
conflate the two. Yeah, you're right. And we try to act like
you really got a
we
problem,
know on a personal
come
level.
find me and address it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Until then,
if
shut
you're
the
gonna
fuck up.
dox me, you know my address already, so pull up and see what happens.
You know, I can kind of give you an analogy, and I didn't even know this guy, but he became a police officer in a city there in Maryland, and he was friends with my boss. And my boss was telling me this story. He had some point he needed to make to me. I don't remember what it was, but this he was a brand new police officer. And guys that he had gone to high school would do little shit like chirp their tires, if they saw him on the street. And, just little bullshit and he was in a quandary because he didn't want to hassle his friends, but he had sworn to do a job. And Gainey told him, anybody that'll put you in that position is not a friend of yours. And I don't care whether you grew up with them and went to high school with them or what. If they are willing to put you in that position, they're not your friend. So do your job. And I kind of feel the same way about these people that the ones that I saw on your stream a week or so ago, a couple of days ago, whenever it was. They don't respect you, or they wouldn't do that. And if they don't respect you, what do you owe them?
Absolutely nothing.
There you go.
Absolutely nothing.
I think you figured it out,
Whoa. Good God.
Well, it's good to come up and be able to talk with people, try to, become set on one decision. And that's why I want to come up here. I appreciate it a lot. All three of you guys gave great insight on what I should do. Some things I thought about, some things I didn't. And I can't be more appreciative. It's great, that we can help each other up.
There's certainly nothing wrong with you muting these guys and saying, listen, I ain't having that shit here. Stop it now. And give them one more chance and then let them go. You don't need that. So we'll see how that works out when I have to do it, huh?
It'll come.
So, all right. Yeah, man. I had to move a whole freezer full of food by myself over the weekend, and my back is breaking, and I'm tired. And I need to sneak up to bed before mommy wakes up. So
You're gonna want to wake her up. She's gonna want to climb that tree and shit, and wear you out even worse.
You can't keep doing this. You're too old to act like this.
Keeping these kind of hours.
Yeah.
You got a good one though, Tom. She keeps you in check. That's what
I
you
got
need.
the best one. I got the best one. No doubt. No doubt. But hey, you guys, Ghetto, I got to talk to you privately too, man, one of these days. So be ready for that. Yeah, really.
Can I bring a witness?
Yeah, you can bring a witness. You can bring.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Whatever.
I'll call you tomorrow.
But hey, everybody in chat, I cannot convey how much I appreciate you all being here, because it shocks me that 31 people would still be interested in seeing what I got to say.
It's the little wood stove to the left you got. They're just admired.
They're all hypnotized, aren't they?
That's the cuckoo clock. It comes out every once in a while. Waiting on that bitch.
But yeah, man, I can't convey my appreciation to everybody, you guys on the panel here, and we're gonna do this again real soon. I'm gonna try to do it every couple of days, and y'all try to find the rant earlier because I was pissed and I got it off my chest. So there we go. So anyway, I love everybody. Good night. Resist, damn it.
Thanks everybody.
Freedom.
Thanks a lot for having me, bro.
Good night.
Peace out.